Koikimedia, we bring it the work closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, Koikimedia, Koikimedia. Àwọn sálára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. Ọ̀kìnlọ́lọ́jà ẹyẹ ìléhùn ló lájú. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè gbódúdúwà ga. Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí káwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá. Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó kọjú ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú. Dásà. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé kó bá yín jẹ. Ètò tó kọjú ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń dásà lárugẹ. Ètò tó kọjú ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó kọjú ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ni ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbàjúmọ̀ mi. Má bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣé yín ló máa fi dípò ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o? Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa dé máa dé máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀. Ipò máa wọ̀ àjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, òun náà dẹ́kun pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia, ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńsọ, àtúnpèrègèdè. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilé wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó sílé mi ò sí, àdìmú bàbá yọ. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó ń kan gbogbo lára ni. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Odùduwà lágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àkìsọ̀dálẹ̀, àkìsọ̀díkẹta. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àgùntàn, àgùnpèrègèdè. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia, we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia is around. Is around. to give us status. Ẹnu kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó gbọ́dọ̀ lówó. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹnu kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó gbọ́dọ̀ lówó. Koikimedia is around. And a very good morning and welcome to Monday, 12th of the month of February 2024. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI and many of you know me as Koikimedia. Ọmọ Yoruba tata. Mo kí Ọba Elédùmarè tí ó tún jẹ́ ká láǹfààní àti tún jọ pàdé ní àkókò yìí in the history of mankind as we continue our campaign and as we continue to remain on one particular conversation, the total dissolution of Nigeria. Is either it will come in peace or it will come with all other means. There is still so much room for the roadmap to the dissolution of Nigeria, subject to whether the politicians ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá fẹ́. Tó bá sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ nítorí pé látọ̀dọ̀ Britain ni wọ́n ti ń gba àṣẹ lé wa lórí. We will destroy everything tí ẹ gbójúlé, and everybody will then go back into square one. And when we say destroy, we will destroy every goddamn thing. Gbogbo tí gbogbo wa jọ ń gbójúlé, we will destroy it and everybody will reset the button. But we don't have to go through that stage before we have peace. But we know that nígbọ́ nítorí pé puppet àwọn Britain ní olórí burúkú ló pọ̀ jù ní púpọ̀ ní ní dá wa lóhùn. So tí ọmọ Yorùbá kan bá ń rò pé diplomacy lè máa fi gba Yorùbá nation, there is option for that. So tí ọmọ Yorùbá kan, but we must also prepare for èyí tí kò ní jẹ́ diplomacy. Gbogbo ìlú lágbàáyé tí olúkálùkù wa tí a fi sá lọ àti tí a sá lọ, kò sílùú kan tí wọ́n gbára wọn kúrò tí kò sí ìjà. But we are also saying àwọn kan náà wà tí wọ́n gbà ìjà díẹ̀ wà, but they were able to go. I'm so happy pé olórí burúkú Nàìjíríà ò win ní AFCON lánàá, because narrative tẹ́ máa gbé jáde láàárọ̀ yìí ni pé we are united. So that is what we have been told láti 1996, 1994. So I am one of those that I'm so happy. Ẹ wojú mi dáadáa, torí mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin kan máa ní that is what makes you happy, olóṣì. That does not make me happy anymore. Bí a nígbà kan, I saw the preview because olórí burúkú BBC tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín tí ẹ mọ̀ pé BBC olóṣì wọ́n bọ́ǹbù ìlú Ìbàdàn. Bomb bastard British Bias Corporation. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá orí yín pé tẹ́yìn rò pé BBC tó project football fáwa tí à ń san TV license fún wọn, wọ́n bọ́ǹbù ìlú Ìbàdàn. None of you have hacked BBC. I'm not talking about èyí tó ń gbé mobile phone kiri fún wọn ní Nàìjíríà. I'm talking about their headquarters. Why have they not sent their security and all their best láti wá bá wa fi investigation kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Because àti mọ̀ nísìn pé bí Putin ṣe sọ fún wa in that exclusive interview pé America lọ́wọ́ sí gbogbo terrorism tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbàáyé, they have also funded it. And their media around the world, the Western media, have always been biased. So èmi ò sí nínú pé ká máa kọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, a máa jà ní. Ẹni tó bá náà ní jà, is entirely up to you. Tẹ́ bá sọ pé àfẹ́ jà, àjọ máa ṣe lè lọ. Tó bá jẹ́ in 30 years la bá gba Yorùbá nation, kò bá jẹ́ in 10 years. But ẹni tó bá ti ní lọ́kàn pé a máa jà, irú àwa báyìí àtẹ̀yìn, ìrìn àjò yẹn á tètè yá. But tá a bá ń sọ pé sùúrù la máa fi gbà, a ní lágò mọ́ra wa lórí, a ní para wa. Ó máa dé stage yẹn débi pé a kọ́ máa wọra wa lójú báyìí ni. Torí mo mọ̀ pé olórí burúkú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan àyìn bomb bastard tó bá tún pé election láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn, olóṣìyàn á tún lọ dìbò. Mo pariwo títí pé kẹ́ má dìbò. Ẹ wá ń wá AFCON.
very good pé Ivory Coast náà yìí bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn torí pé spiritually ìlú òfò yẹn is dead. I was not kódà ìgbà tó kọ́kọ́ score mo wò pé àbí ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo rí pé spiritually ọlọ́run gan wà lẹ́yìn àwa kò ní dá fún gbogbo tí wọ́n pè ní Nàìjíríà. Kemi Badenoch, she will be travelling to Nigeria. Kí ló tún fi lọ ṣe? Mo lórí yín ò pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, orí yín ò pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílùú òyìnbó. Kemi Badenoch, ta ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? They are talking about more business with Nigeria. Business tí a ti ń bá UK ṣe for 63 years tó gbé wá. She will be travelling. Mo ní bí báyìí ní international platform yín torí pé football ẹ̀yin wò àwọn tí ń lọ mú resources yín again ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀ idiot. Mo rán ọmọ Yorùbá mi náà tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ó wá wá excited nípa Nàìjíríà. Kí ló ń wá excited fún? Wọ́n jí àwọn èèyàn gbé ní GUC transport gbogbo alárí fídíò yẹn. Ọmọ kékeré ṣé UK lè accept kó jíyàn gbé lórí M25 kó wá gbé ọmọ kékeré síbẹ̀ ká wá máa sọ̀rọ̀ football? Sọ̀rọ̀ football ló kàn wá. Learn by force ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ kí olóyè dáadáa. Mo láǹfààní àti rí wọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ as usual lánàá. So many conversation. Àwọn òdúró ó mọ tó jẹ́ ó ti dé London bomb bastard. Aṣọ tèmi leléyìí tí n bá tẹ̀ lọ Nàìjíríà tó bá di jọ́ọ̀kù èmi náà wọ̀ sọ́run òun leléyìí. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá sọ pé òkú yàn ní wá sáyé irọ́ lẹ pa o. 22, 23rd ẹ pàdé wa nílùú Ìgbòho láṣẹdùmá. Ẹ dá lọ kí olóyè Ìgbòho sílé náà ọmọ Ládìkún. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọlọ́dẹ ní nǹkan tá a fẹ́ fún yín but ẹ̀yin ní nǹkan táwọ̀ ò ní. Èyí tèmi nílé mi fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí wọ́n pè ní mídíà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí mo bá ṣèpàdé lánàá mo ní láti dárúkọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí mo ti bá wọn ọlọ́dẹ ṣe ìpàdé. Àwa ń ṣèpàdé lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn bàbá tó ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́. Ẹ múra dáadáa. Ẹ ṣé gan tẹ́ fún wa láyè tàrí yín bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ọba Ògbóni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Bàbá mi Timothy ẹ fọkànbalẹ̀ kò ń ṣe ti Tinubu kí gbogbo wa fọkànbalẹ̀. A máa làgò mọ́ra wa lórí gbẹ̀yìn ni. Èmi ò sí fún pẹ̀pẹ́ a máa jà ni. Ẹni tó bá sọ pé ká má jà á jẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká slow down. Olórí burúkú United Nations tí wọ́n ń darí Nàìjíríà, olórí burúkú Central Bank, olórí burúkú IMF, olórí burúkú World Bank, àwọn ọlọ́kọ́ bá gbogbo wa báyìí nísìn. Èbí mi wà níta, ìwọ tó wà nínú ilé máa sọ pé o fẹ́ Nàìjíríà, olórí burúkú, ìwọ tó mọ̀ kankan. Kemi Badenoch ó mọ̀ tán pé bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣàlàyé fún ẹ. Lọ ra data kó increase data orí fóònù idiot. Ya kọ́kọ́ lọ kí Ìgbòho sílé náà ọmọ Ládìkún. Mo ń bọ̀ mo ti dé.
àti kọ̀pọ̀ kò sí. Amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sọ̀yà. Àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọbọ̀. Àfiṣẹ́rú wálé. Wàrà mùjì. Ọmọ onílé ọ̀la. Àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège. Tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu. Wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀. Ìgbà lójú kò fi rí ń gbọ́. Gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kò sí mu. Wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀. Ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé. Ọ̀kan ṣẹ́. Ọ̀kan tẹ̀. Ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ránṣọ́ kiri. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán lè kàn dá òkúta ò ṣe pé fún wọn o. Ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kó bọ́ sí kókó dòdò láyé bí. Ó kún díẹ̀ tí tó domi láéláé tó ilé domi. Sunday Igboho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Mo kí olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣá kọba Elédùmarè kó bá wa dúró tiẹ̀ àdẹ̀kú palẹ̀mọ́ náà gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní ọjọ́ náà ní wá sí ìmúṣẹ kí ọba Elédùmarè wọn ní láti wà láyé pẹ̀lú wa kó tètè bá wa mú wọn lọ torí pé irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ á jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa torí pé a ṣiṣẹ́ kankan ju pé ìgbà tí a jáde pa fẹ́ Yorùbá nation ọmọ olóyè Ìgbòho ìyá rẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wa lẹ́yìn èmi láǹfààní àti rí ìyá yẹn few times and she was never hesitated and praying each time bàbá ń jáde lọ kí ọjọ́ náà kó bá wa láyé. Àwọn team tèmi were getting ready to travel to Igboho within the next couple of days. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó ń gbọ́ mi, I am not going to respond to Koiki ẹ sọ fún olóyè kó má lọ sílé. I will not respond to that. Olóyè àti ìyàwó wọn àti àwọn ọmọ, they will make the final decision. But I will say this, and I'll say it clearly. Nobody should think that this is 2 years ago. I will not say more than that. 2 years ago, Colonial, there's always changes to things. Tebariran, ẹ̀bẹ̀ Olódùmarè, ẹ̀bẹ̀ Jésù yín, ẹ̀bẹ̀ Ànábì yín, kó revert gbogbo tẹ́ ń rí. We are not going more than pé à ń lọ sìnkú ni, nothing more than that. Tá bá sìnkú tán, we will know what next to do. But eléyìí tá gbé dání à ń lọ sìnkú ni. Aṣọ òkú tèmi ti dé London. I'm not gonna open now. Ẹni tó bá wá fi ránṣọ nílé, ẹ̀ ń wá tailor, fashion designer dá. Ẹ̀yẹ kan sí mi, wá bá yín rán. Aṣọ ti lọ káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Kódà bọ́ńdù ni, wọ́rọ̀dé ni, èmi ti lọ gba tèmi. Bó ṣe máa dé London, èmi ò mọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ni kẹ́ wá solution. Èmi náà wá bí tèmi náà ṣe débí báyìí ni. Èmi kúkú lọ Nàìjíríà. Kódà àtẹ̀pà gbogbo tí mo ní mo fẹ́. Mo ní láti lọ Nàìjíríà, mo sọ fún yín. Tí bá wùn mí jẹ ní Nàìjíríà, màá fi ránṣẹ́ sí bíbá. But ìwọ tó wà nílé, tó bá ti lè afford ẹ̀pà, gàrí, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan kéékèèké. Mọ́ínmọ́ín, ìyàwó mi ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́jú ni. Ó ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn. Mọ́ínmọ́ín, ó wà ní kitchen. I am not hungry, okay? I am not doing Yoruba Nation because I want you to know me. I have a platform that I can work with that can generate. I'm losing nothing less than £50,000. Letting less than £50,000 every 3 months, that is in the last 3 years. So I would rather break Nigeria however I believe. But we will still follow the leaders because I need leader níwájú you. But pẹ̀lú media mi, ma fi bàtì Nigeria jẹ́. Ẹ sọ fún Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà criminal. Ẹ ránṣẹ́ padà sí pé bàbá ẹ̀ àti ìyá tó bí wọ́n tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó stop social media tá fi ń sọ̀rọ̀. Lai Muhammed try ẹ̀ tóun bá rò pé òun máa gbìyànjú pé irú àwa wa máa shut àwa down kò lè shut wa down. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún pé tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ọkàn kó tètè jẹ́ kí wíwájú jókòó sórí round table. If not, southwest yẹn ṣẹ́rí ní southwest yẹn ṣẹ́rí ilẹ̀ Ìgbò lẹ́ ń complain tó bá dé stage kan southwest ò ní gba gbogbo wa kò ní gba gbogbo wa pátápátá ni mo sọ. A máa gbóná débi pé Àbújá lẹ̀ máa gbé bí àwọn ará Ìgbò àwọn senator wọn lọ́hùn but a nídìí láti ṣe yẹn. A mọ́ra wa o gbogbo ara mọ́ra wa olúkálukú ló mọ nǹkan tó kó sábẹ́ inú ilé ẹ̀ nínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá but ẹ má ká ṣe yẹn torí ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá ọmọlúàbí ni wá ẹja àjòjókòó akúkújọ máa jọ ṣe náà ni ẹ̀yẹn má wọrí pé gbogbo pé olóṣèlú ní tẹ́lẹ̀ náà a kò máa go by the new constitution the new process the new system kò ní sí the fraudulent way torí pé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ máa rí olóṣèlú káyẹ̀ máa já ìlú yìí máa ṣe election gbogbo wọn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kanlẹ̀kùn nísìn wọn á máa bẹ̀ wá pé ká wá vote fún wọn èyí tó bá dẹ̀ ṣàṣe má ṣe a máa nà lẹ́gbàá ni àlejáde irú system yẹn là ń fẹ́. Tẹ́ bá rò pé ní àwọn mọ̀ta ẹ̀ láwọn thugs tẹ́ kò bọ̀n fún, ẹ wò wá dáadáa, ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n kò bọ̀n fún, ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa o, ó yé gbogbo wa, àní fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀, àníìdí gbogbo yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àjọ jókòó. Ọmọ ọ̀ta mo fẹ́ kó gbélé ayé tó dáa, èmi náà lè jẹ́ ọmọ ọ̀ta tí n bá travel, but mo fẹ́ kájọ gbélé ayé tó dáa, kájọ ní right kí wọn náà lè travel lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, sí Canada. O ò ní ìdèyàn kan kó ṣe máa sanwó ájì fún ẹ olóṣì, o ò ní ìdèyàn kankan kó ṣe máa sanwó Jerusalem fún ẹ. Ìwọ náà lè ní owó tiẹ̀ kó fi rìnrìn àjò kó lè padà wá sílé. That is all we are asking for. Tẹ́ bá rò pé náwọn tọ́ọ̀gì, àwa náà láwọn tó sán lórí gidi ní Nàìjíríà, tako wo ara ni wọ́n fẹ́ ká ṣí wọn sílẹ̀, but àti lè ṣí wọn sílẹ̀ torí pé àti wà ní stage yẹn. Ẹ má rò pé ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ ní wèrè o, wèrè pọ̀ lára gbogbo wa pátápátá. Ṣeré mi wèrè gidi wà lára mi gidi gan, ara ń kan mi gidi gan lójoojúmọ́, ara ń kan mi gidi gan lójoojúmọ́, and I am not joking this time around. Ẹ wò mí dáadáa, ẹ wò mí dáadáa. Olóyè mo dúró tì 24/7, ibi tó bá lọ ni mo lọ, mo dúró tì. Ẹ má ṣe any mess bí ti tẹ́lẹ̀. Gbogbo ìtẹ́ lọ ṣe ní 2021 we àdìmúdélẹ̀ ni. Èmi mo sọ fún olóyè pé ká má lọ sí Èkó ní on the 3rd. I personally told him that kó tó di pé mo pẹ̀gbọ́n mi Alágbàlá pé kó bá ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. This time around, I will leave it like that. Ẹ má rò pé akọ̀ndẹ́nu ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn ò ní gba gbogbo wa, àtọ́ba àti politicians o kò ní gba gbogbo wa ni mo sọ. Let's come on the round table ká discuss ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Eléyìí ò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ threatening, a ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́. Ẹ sọ fún the UK Trade Minister Kemi Badenoch seeking deeper ties pẹ̀lú Nigeria. They created Nigeria, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria. We will want a deeper tie with Yoruba nation and the UK. Gbogbo Nigeria tó ń sọ yẹn, a máa lagi mọ́ra wa lórí gbẹ̀yìn ni. Ọláyọmí Kóìkì ni mò ń jẹ́. Jókòó ká tún jọ gbọ́ program tààrọ̀ yìí. Ibi tá a ṣe ń lọ, àwọn ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan tá à ń lò, revolution ló ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀, wọ́n para wọn ni. Backup team iṣẹ́ sọ fún mi pé ṣé mo gbọ́ nípa àwọn tó ń pè ní Afro-Tuks. Afro-Tuks population is estimated to be between 5 to 20,000 Afro-Tuks. They are distinct from African immigrants in Turkey, which outnumber 1.5 million akagbogbo ẹ̀. Tó o bá gbọ́ wọn rí, àníran Áfíríkà kò síbi táwa ní gbogbo àgbáyé kó tó di pé àwọn olùṣọ́ lórí burúkú, àwọn European, àwọn Western tó da gbogbo ẹ̀rú, wọ́n change narrative. Olùṣì bàbá ẹ̀ tó rí Yorùbá nation gbà fún wa, àwa wá fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation, wọ́n sọ pé Nàìjíríà ẹ̀ lè gba kọ́ọ̀pù kankan tí ìlú yẹn máa fi pín. Ẹ rò pé máa celebrate AFCON, òun náà lè celebrate níwájú yẹn, bomb bastards. Let's play the anthem. Orílẹ̀ ìbí wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàyè ìgbàgbọ́. Let me welcome you once again to this live broadcast. If you're new to this platform, this is the platform that educates. My platform is not the kind of other platforms. There are so many things that runs on the social media. This particular one is fighting for the Yorubas that have been in existence for 1,000 years. thousands since the AD, before the colony, the Western agenda decided to change the narrative using gun, bombs, and bullets to kill many of us, took us through the slave trade for over 500 years. Many Africans today do not even know that the slave trade that was done because the West knew the Atlantic slave trade. Over 2 million people died during the 16th and up to the 19th century. The Atlantic slave trade, or the transatlantic slave trade, involved the transportation by slave traders of enslaved African people. Africans, mainly to Americas. The outfitted European slave ships of the slave trade regularly used the triangular trade route and its middle passage. All these were happening between the 16th and the 19th century. So maybe some of you don't even know what that means. Historically, you have not had the privilege to feel the energy like some of us have done by traveling to Liverpool. I traveled to Liverpool some years back to experience what it means, what it feels to my forefathers, how we were moved out of our continent into this cold weather. You can see that the cold, the reason why we are fresh is not because of anything, it's because of the weather. The reason why you are not fresh in Africa is not because of the weather, it's because of poverty and lack of the basic things of life. Dubai is extremely hot. I've been there at least twice. Everyone looks fresh, even though it is very, very hot than Nigeria. Air condition works in almost every building, or the building order. It is part of the regulation. But when we were moved out of our continent to Europe, or fashionable àwọn èèyàn lára, gbogbo àwọn aṣọ táwa ń wọ̀ léni nísìn ó wà insulated. That means you will not feel cold as much as you should feel. But many of you do not even know what our grandfathers, our grandmothers went through. Lọ́wọ́ àwọn òyìnbó tí ó tún wá ń sọ fún wa nísìn pé let us have trade together. So this morning, I will be discussing what we would be saying to the UK government again, that the Yorubas are open to business with you, but using Nigeria to deceive us as you've done since 1914, more than 110 years ago, we will not accept such again. We are much more intelligent to know the difference between the truth and the right thing today. Let's start with Kemi Badenoch. Some of you might probably have seen her before, but if you're watching from all our software from the Koikimedia and the other platform, I'll bring her face up. She's one of the ministers with the cabinet under Rishi Sunak, very intelligent Yoruba woman, but her interest, and I want us to take note of this, her interest is not for Nigeria, okay? All these that she's saying that she's a Nigerian, their allegiance is with UK as today and the king. Yes, she's a background of a Nigerian heritage. But if you're one of those thinking that somebody like her have our interests at heart, the question you should ask yourself is, Iti lati 110 years, what has been the interest of us as Yoruba people with Britain, if not pain, misery, and all other things that you can think of. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about who Kemi Badenoch, that is also a member of the Conservative Party here in the United Kingdom. Already, I've seen the message from the British High Commission in Nigeria that are already welcoming her to Nigeria for a 3-day trade visit. Take note of that. Kemi Badenoch, we are pleased to welcome the UK Secretary of State for Business and Trade, Kemi Badenoch, to Nigeria. During her visit, she will meet with businesses that have collapsed already, because if anybody tells you there's any businesses running in Nigeria, you're wasting your time, because the country economy is dead. So I don't know what kind of business that she's talking about. She's going to meet with entrepreneurs. I don't know what kind of entrepreneurs they're talking about, because many of us that are entrepreneurs do not have electricity to run our businesses in Nigeria, regardless of whatever businesses you're operating. She would also tour. The UK has already toured Nigeria for too long. And it is time that we say to them, we've had enough of this marriage that you forced together on us with Nigeria. I laugh when I read the British High Commissioner in Nigeria telling us that she will unlock opportunities to strengthen UK and Nigeria. Maybe that opportunity only relies on Nigeria, on UK rather, but I don't see that opportunity with Nigeria. They will also have what they call investment partnership. They think we are stupid. Investment partnership. Let me just remind us some of the names that I believe have passed through with all kinds of different crimes in this country. At least if I don't know, I know about Ibori. Who is Ibori? Let's take a look at Ibori and UK. Maybe these are the kind of partnership they're talking about. But before we go there, let me give you a better background to Kemi Badenoch so that a little understanding. I'm not going to be saying good morning to everyone right now, maybe towards the end of the program, because we're not here to play. We're serious when we come here. But I will appreciate us towards the end of the program, because I don't want to be distracted. Our full name is Oluwakemi Oluwafunto, known as Kemi Badenoch. Is a British politician serving currently as the Secretary of State for Business and Trade since 2023. She's also on the President of the Board of Trade and Minister for Women and Equality since 2022. She's almost the same age with me. But I am now telling Yoruba people what is in the interest of us. But you will look at her now that she's more important because she's representing the UK about trade between UK and Nigeria. While I am saying that we don't need trade between UK and Nigeria, we probably need trade between Yoruba Nation or Yoruba Kingdom or the Dua Republic, whatever name we want to call it, with UK. But some of you will probably be listening to her through some of the news network in Nigeria very soon. So that's why I'm prepping you, because you're going to see her face splash all over the place in the next couple of days. That's what the UK and the media are good at. So they'll be interviewing her. She'll be speaking that very beautiful Queen English, telling you she has brought opportunity for you. But Omo Yoruba, Tiko Banila Kaye, if you fall for that kind of trap, the question we should ask her is, what led to the amalgamation in 1914? And what was the British interest to Nigeria? We'll come to that. later. Some of you that are watching me are probably the same age mate with her, but you are not given opportunity like her in the same shithole country that you love so much, that you were so expecting. Many of you are not sharing the program. If you have not shared this program, then definitely something seems not to. Either you don't understand where to click the share button, and I'm talking to everyone from all the platforms this morning. You should be making sure that on a daily basis when we are live, you click the, because I listen to a church where at some point they say, share the button, share it now. And many of you will quickly go and share, and you start sending it to your friends. I'm not going to mention the name of the church, but while I'm a church in Lori YouTube, tó bá ti dé stage kan, the pastor say, click the share button, and gbogbo àwọn tó wà lórí thread yẹn máa share. Kí ló máa wá ń dé pé eléyìí táwa ń sọ níbí báyìí? Look, religion is about you and your inner self. Eléyìí táwa ń sọ is about the future of who we are before any religion was established in the African context. So tabani kẹ́ share, ẹ má rò pé ẹ ṣe ń sọ fún wa pé ká share because àwọn church náà ní pé kẹ́ share, mọ́ṣáláṣí náà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So abẹ́yìn share it. Some of you have not even liked the program. Ẹ kúkú fún wa lówó, ẹ tó share, ewu gangan lẹ fẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Mo lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń fún wa, because ẹ lè fún wa ní owó, ẹ tó fẹ́ share program, ẹ comment, ẹ make ẹ̀kọ́ wá interactive, ẹ kò jókòó sínú bẹ̀. Tá a bá dẹ̀ wà live, bí ẹ máa rí nǹkan mi wò anyway. But when you come on this platform, I can tell you, this is a detailed platform that I don't talk about nonsense of what is going on in Nigeria, all this other. I talk about what is of importance. Tí wọ́n bá ń sọ pé torí Fúlàní ni a ṣe fi kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. No, torí àwọn kan báyìí lèmi ṣe fi kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Torí àwọn kan báyìí, I care less about what, because àwọn Fúlàní yẹn a máa pa gbogbo wọn délẹ̀. Wọn ò ní exist. A máa lé wọn wọnú kódà a lé wọn kọjá Mali. But you can't do that when you don't have the firepower right now. Wọ́n jí ọmọ máa jí yín gbé, ọmọ máa pa yín lójoojúmọ́. Mo ti sọ fún àwọn family tèmi, ẹ máa rìnrìn gbèrègbèrè. But how do we stop that? Until tá bá gba country ni o. Mr. Koiki, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní ẹ kó bọ̀n fún wa ni, àbẹ fún wa lówó bọ̀n. Mo ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín ni, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń pè tẹ́ máa ní ẹ ká kó àwọn kan kọlọ. Ibo ni governor yín wà? That is the job of the governor. Iṣẹ́ tàwa nísìn ni pé ká máa lọ educate gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tára ń kan nísìn pé ṣé tí ń gbọ́n tí bàbá Akíntóyè ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ àti Ìgbòho. Gbogbo wọn bá tẹ̀ mọ́ bàbá Akíntóyè wá mọ́ Ìgbòho. Torí pé akọni tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè fún wa ni. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣòun nìkan lálágbára. Kódà ó sì sọ inú ibi tó ti sọ ẹ̀yin ò ní láti mọ̀ yẹn. Mo sì gbọ́ tó lóye sì sọ lánàá tó sọ níjẹta pé òun nìkan kọ́ lálágbára. Alágbára ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wọn pátápátá. Mo kí Gani Adams, ẹ dìde dáadáa. Èmi mọ̀ pé ẹ lè dìde, ẹ dìde dáadáa, ẹ dúró dáadáa. Ẹ bá dúró dáadáa, àwa náà dúró tì dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ OPC. We don't need any division right now. We need that unity to push. Ká lágò, ká fọ́gò mọ́yìn politician lórí gbọ́. Ká tó fọ́gò mọ́yìn lórí, àkọ́kọ́ ṣàlàyé fáwọn èèyàn wa. Torí tá bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fọ́gò mọ́yìn lórí, kéèyàn kan máa sọ pé àwọn ọmọ tó fẹ́ dalẹ̀ Yorùbá nù, èpè lẹ́ máa gbà lẹ́nu tèmi. Kékeré ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Ìgbò, tẹ́ ń sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣe kinní kan nílẹ̀ Ìgbò. Tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, ẹ nílé ìgbénú lé o, títí kan gọ́vnọ̀. Mo ti sọ fún yín, 1,000 Yorùbá person to one of you ni, ẹ pa 300, the remaining 700 máa wà láyé. But need yẹn. We can sit on the round table and discuss this properly. Let's go back. Kemi Badenoch. Kò dàbí Tinubu. Tinubu ló mọ̀ more real age Tinubu. Because it's a fake country. Fake country. She was born on the 2nd of January 1980. She's 44 years old. Oriwo 44. Baba 44. O lè tọ́jú ara ẹ̀, ò ń gbé nínú ilé, slap me, slap you. Kò ń ṣẹ́jú ẹ̀, mi ò blame ẹ̀ now. I blame àwọn olóṣèlú burúkú, àwọn olóṣèlú tó kó wa sínú ibi tá wà yìí. tó ń pera wọn ní awozim tọmọdé fìlàwó lọ́wọ́ bí olórí burúkú Ọ̀ṣínbàjò tó ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀ wà bomb bastard àwọn pásítọ̀ olè kí ló ṣe fún yín nísìn bó ti ṣọdún mẹ́jọ pẹ̀lú Buhari ó tún wá fẹ́ kọjá orí ọ̀gá ẹ̀ tó yẹ ń fi gbà fúnra yín ìtìbí problem tá à ní náà nìyẹn ṣó yẹ kí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò máa compete pẹ̀lú Tinubu fún òfin jẹ president tó bá ń ṣe pé ó lè ní ṣèbí Tinubu ló lọ mú wá ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀jọ́ mi ìwọ náà béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ọmọ 44 years old níbo ló wà lẹ́ni nísìn ọmọ 44 ó ti di minister nílùú òyìnbó sórí reason tá a ṣe sọ fún yín pé staying in the Nigeria tẹ́ ń sọ yìí I don't know the future of ìlú òṣìlú òfò tẹ́ ń dúró dé 44 years old ní Kemi Badenoch we are almost the same age group but èmi jáde nísìn torí pé ń rí mi nínú ilé mi àbí inú ilé ni mo ti ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ but nítorí bóun tóun bá dé nísìn wàá kó sójà fún wàá kó ọlọ́pàá fún wàá kó DSS fún wàá máa protect ẹ̀ ṣe rò pé interest tọmọ Yorùbá ló bá wá sí Nàìjíríà ni tòró jẹ́ Olúwakẹ́mi ṣé wọ́n rò pé interest Yorùbá ló ń bá bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà no interest tó ń bá bọ̀ interest ti Britain interest ti ìlú ẹ̀ tó ń pè ní United Kingdom ní tó ń bá bọ̀ nìyẹn àwọn òyìnbó mọ̀ pé irú àwọn èèyàn báyìí tí wọ́n wà active nílùú òyìnbó tó ń ṣe politics wọ́n wà l'Amẹ́ríkà àwọn á mú wọn bóun ṣe wá fi ti Nàìjíríà èyí tó máa rán lọ sí Ivory Coast wọ́n mọ̀ pé ọmọ Ivory Coast ló máa rán lọ àwọn òyìnbó mọ gbogbo owó dáwọ́rú wọ́n wá rí BBC bomb bastard corporation wọ́n ṣe analysis African Cup of Nations àbí kílẹ̀ náà ń gbá lánàá mo wá wò wọ́n nínú studio wọn ibi tẹ́ ń dáwó sí nìyẹn àbí ìbẹ́yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá ibi tẹ́ dáwó sí nìyẹn subject àwọn tó wà ní UK ní èmi mọ àwọn tó projected America àti other country but UK mi by BBC 3 ló ń ṣe o géèmì ẹ̀ lánàá I'll leave that for another time. I pity a lot of Yoruba people. Bọ́n ṣe wà nísìn gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bá sọ lórí ẹ̀ lálẹ́ láàárọ̀ lọ́sàn-án kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe because ó mọ̀ pé public figure lòun. Gbàjàbíàmílà ni àwọn ọmọ Nigerians kàn sọ̀rọ̀ méjì mẹ́ta pé Tinubu kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báwo la dìbò fún ẹ ó náà fi lọ́ọ̀kì social media mọ́ yín lọ́rùn. You can see that your life is mortgaged. Àwa kan wá ń dìde à ń ṣàìsùn à ń waste time wa lójú yín àbí ẹlòmítẹ̀ tó bá níṣẹ́ ẹlòmítẹ̀ ní pé iṣẹ́ àmọ́ tá à ń sọ ṣá ẹ torí pé òun expect ọmọ 44 years old kó decide ayé fún ẹ olùlòṣì nìyẹn kò ní kúure ọmọ 44 lélẹ́yìn náà ṣé kò jẹ́ kí ìwọ náà máa bèèrè lọ́wọ́ àdá Koiki tó ló ń sọ náà bèbí tó ń sọ ọmọ 44 tó bá fẹ́ wojú ẹ lọ sórí YouTube mi ní Koikimedia ojú ẹ wà níbẹ̀ because ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí lórí fóònù ẹ̀ ń lè rojú ẹ àwọn tó wà lórí software lójú ẹ tí mò ń sọ she's only 44 years old. Sometimes I just try to wonder ṣé ọmọ 44 ní Nàìjíríà ṣé ó sì ní brain ṣá ẹni brain what if poverty what if hold gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ find out nípa ẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí òun náà marry ló ṣe ń jẹ́ Badenoch wọ́n sì sọ fún apó lọ́mọ kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kó lè lọ́mọ torí mo rí pé ọkọ̀ ọmọ sí bíbá ó ti wà tipẹ́ nínú government kódà òun náà fi di prime minister èmi dẹ̀ gbàdúrà pé kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kó di prime minister but kò ní any impact kankan fún wa torí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan máa ń deceive ara yín wọ́n ní MP Yoruba MP kí ló ń jẹ́ Yoruba MP they are British MP and they are Nigerian British MP kò sí ọkọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ náà their interest is for Britain ibi tí allegiance ṣe bí wọn náà ìgbà tí wọ́n fi gba American passport ìwọ tó bí sí America nígbà tí wọ́n náà fi gba passport ṣé o swear ìbá allegiance ibi tó swear sí nìyẹn. And that goes to all countries. Tí gbogbo wa ti gba passport ní ìyàtọ̀ táwa tá a ṣe gbé passport òfò yẹn dání. Tá máa máa gbé travel ìṣẹ̀dé láìpẹ́ yìí ni. What are you coming to do? I'm just en route to somewhere. Okay. Have you passed through here before? Yeah, a few times. Okay. But tí bá ti padà sílùú yìí nìkan ló máa kàn sọ pé welcome, because àwọn yẹn mọ̀ pé passport òfò ni. Ẹbí ìwọ náà sá lọ kúrò ní 1998 ní ṣe káàbọ̀ padà. Immigration ò ní lè ṣe nǹkan kan, but every day, I know it's not something I charge for, but it is something I just want to help. Especially for Yoruba, ìyẹn ni mo ṣe lọ máa ṣe immigration topic lójoojúmọ́. Ìyàwó mi tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mo ṣe máa ṣe mọ́ ní náà. Tí bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe tó jẹ́ pé òun ni mo stand lórí channel mi kan tí mo ní oríṣiríṣi irú gbègìrì ló máa wá. Lánàá, brother mi ẹlẹ́ máa gbọ́ mi nísìn. I'm not gonna mention ibi tí ó wà ní London, ní outside London. Ìjọ Monday ló dé sí ìlú yìí as a student. Already ó ti wà homeless. I was shocked when he called me yesterday. Torí nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí, a fi bàyàn kankan jẹ́, a fi ń prepare ìwọ tó fẹ́ dé. Torí ìwọ tó ń bọ̀ abroad, confirm dáadáa kó tó gbéra máa bọ̀ lèmi sọ, but make sure pé you have every. I was shocked when he called me yesterday. They got sent message in. I read the message. I put a call to him. What happened? He said, I just arrived in the country on Monday as a student, but already as at yesterday, he's already homeless. How? How come? What happened? A lot of shit has happened within the period of time he has arrived. But I am already giving him advice. That is not for the social media. Of step he can take to rectify the problem. There is some kind of problem that will break down between him and somebody that would have done the accommodation on his behalf. £6,000 was what he has already paid for school fees. Sure. Huh? We are all in big problem. But I'll do a follow-up with him this morning because I told him a couple of things he needs to work with quickly. Sure. Come and study in UK. That's what she will be presenting as well. We need a lot of us, just Nigerians, to come and study. Keep coming. I will continue to advise you. I don't charge for that. It's free. For now. When I went to my mom yesterday and pick up my own Ashokuya Igbowo Ben Ashotamu, tó bá went to fẹ́ bẹ ọ̀ràn dáadáa tó máa dó lára ẹ̀ tèmi lélẹ̀ ìjọ òkú àwa tá lè travel èmi ò travel, I'm not going anywhere bíbá ilé máa wà torí mọ̀ pé mi lẹ̀ ń wá mi àbí bó ti bá dẹ̀ máa dé ìwọ kọ́ ló máa sọ gbà tí máa dé èyí tó máa sọ fún mi Ifá ló máa sọ fún èmi nígbà yẹn bó kù díẹ̀ gbà tí bá máa dé padà yẹn ó máa yàtọ̀ sígbà tí mo wá ní 2021 ẹni máa kú ẹni máa yè òun lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ but I see the stage yẹn. I pray that my brother that called yesterday Elédùmarè wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àwọn onílẹ̀ Yorùbá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ wá resolve accommodation problem ṣe ń gbá kòmódé lu yìí gbogbo àlámọ̀ bó ṣe ń lọ àbí ká má go into details. Let's come back to Kemi Oluwafunto Badenoch. She's a conservative party. I don't have an issue with her, okay? So don't mix it up. I have issue with the system that created Nigeria. She didn't create Nigeria, but she's working for the system. She's well read. Birkbeck, University of London, University of Success. She has been a member of parliament. Tabasope MP stand. Thanks so much to 3 people that donated through the GoFundMe. GoFundMe here, go hang is there. Go pay 1,000. Abi, I'll continue to talk about it. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti donate síbẹ̀, ẹ ṣé gan ni. We love, we appreciate. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti wo AFCON, owó yín wọ́n ti ẹ ṣáà ti rí lórí BBC lánàá. Kí lẹ tún wá ń wá? She has been a member of the parliament since 2017. But why are we talking about her this morning? Àwọn kan tẹ́ ń béèrè lórí Google, how many children does Kemi Badenoch have? She has 3. Okay, no reason thought she calls it in Wikipedia and be by, but from here she's got 3. She's well read. She studied law, LLB. So why am I talking about her this morning? Because yesterday I saw the news flag that she'll be traveling to Nigeria. And I was like, okay, Nigeria, to do what? She's a trade minister. And that means her job is to look for business for the UK government. And maybe some of you don't know, UK is getting very tight. They are struggling after they left European Union in 2016. So they are now looking for every opportunity, especially back in Africa, but mostly those countries that they colonized, which Nigeria is one of them. They see Nigeria as a great opportunity, just like they've seen it for the last 110 years of the fraudulent amalgamation that joined us together, that is now frustrating every single one of us. And they'll tell you, hey, Igbo, let me go post. Hey, what's the name of that goalkeeper? Hey, he's an Igbo. Hey, Musa is a Yausa man. Hey, Yoruba is this. And we are all playing one together, one Nigeria. We are united on the pitch. How do you know that they're united on the pitch? Do you know how the selection of each of the players happened? Maybe there should be more Yorubas there, but they refuse to put it because we are all locked together. Like I said yesterday, UK represents 3 countries when they play football. Why should Nigeria, of a 200 million people, lock together and they will take one goalkeeper from the south and say, hey, he's an Igbo goalkeeper. You see, we love each other. Who told you that we love Igbo people? But right now we are fighting the same cause. But some Yoruba idiots will tell you, no, Koiki, don't mix us with Igbo people. They are prepared and they are ready. The Northerners are not going to give them any chance. So they expect Tinubu to finish his government and return power back to the North. And you want everybody to... You think all these Igbo politicians, they're all the criminals more than the Yoruba politicians. They're all the same. Go and ask those from the Southeast, they'll tell you. Let's focus back on Kemi Badenoch. So the headline from the Business Day, which you can check yourself. And like I said, I was even looking at it already. I screenshot it on the link there because I do post on link there. So let me go to the UK High Commission website in Nigeria. And already they are looking forward to Kemi Badenoch in Nigeria. So the UK High Commission, UK High Commission. They've already posted that on their handle. Then I'm going to read from this day. Fellow this one he was the former Ogutade bomb bastard. All this Temi lo bad office Belawa Ogun State. That burst into the, oh, I know your father. Momo Babe. Koiki, I know your dad. They kill him. Admit when you're getting Baba. You might have my 80th birthday. Because one more way, I'm not in line with them. But Otumba te femini heads up, we all my birthday. We can have my debate, or they got ticket for me. Behind the back COVID. We debate. Be aware she sends me more and it's all about okay. tẹ́yìn pé ní bílíọ̀nù yẹn ọwọ́ mi ló dé sí nínú ìtàn yẹn bó ṣe ní báyìí ni mo lọ mo sàn ẹ̀ka àsánsọ́dádé àlàáfíà Rolls Royce mi mo la máa pààkì ẹ̀ sí báyìí lówó bí ṣẹpẹrẹ ṣáà lọ bá àwọn concierge ṣáà pààkì mọ́tò yẹn bàbá jọ lọ sókè we are take opportunity yẹn pé journalist wọn náà gbọ́dọ̀ smart yẹn máa ń sọ fáwọn tó ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ smart láwọn bòmíì bí màá ti bàbá yẹn ṣe gùnkè lọ nìyẹn bàbá yẹn very nice man òkè owó mọ̀ pé tẹ́yìn bá rí nísìnyí yẹn máa dọ̀bálẹ̀ ni ọkọ̀ọ̀kan ní mo internet ò ṣiṣẹ́ lórí fóònù mi mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ send message mo ní láti ṣe àbí kí n tán hotspot mi ọmọ dáadáa yáyáyáyá tán èyí náà pé àwọn bàbá olówó yẹn wọn ní ọ̀dà kankan mọ̀ yẹn lọ́sẹ̀ máa ń gbá wọn nígbà míì wọ́n pé bàbá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ fóònù ẹ̀ máa roam káàkiri gbogbo tó bá wà bá tán hotspot mi ló bá connect sórí fóònù mi I have the picture èèyàn ṣe ẹ lọ wò ó wà lórí social media òkè owó ó lówó bí ṣẹpẹrẹ kí ni ìyàwó Ògúntádé ìgbà míì ọkùnrin gbọ́dọ̀ wà smart ṣe aṣọ ránṣẹ́ pé kó lọ sọ fún Koiki pé àwọn invite mi o pé ta ló invite mi ẹni tó wá sọ fún mi mo pàdé ẹ̀ ní December nígbà tá a ṣe Yorùbá Day ìyẹn náà alájà Adéyẹyẹ ṣe ń bínú pé a ṣe invite Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí but nígbà tá a dẹ̀ sọ pé Yorùbá Day yẹn gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ni woman yẹn aunty sister mi yẹn mo pàdé ẹ̀ kò máa ń tẹ̀lé Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí káàkiri ó mọ̀ mí dáadáa ó ṣe rí wọn ni Koiki ẹkùn oníwàhálà àwa ọ̀gàrà wa ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ òun ló wá sọ ó wúwo lẹ́nu ẹ̀ láti wá sọ fún mi pé ó ní Mr. Koiki ẹ má bínú ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mo ní mo mọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ti ní kí n máa lọ àbí ó ní bá mo ṣe mọ̀ mo ní mo mọ̀ náà ni ó ní kí n má bínú èwo làbọ̀ ní kí n má bínú èmi mo ń ṣe pátì ni èèyàn bíi 4 ló kú nínú COVID nínú pátì yẹn don bastard mo kọ̀ rí náà ní sígbà tí mò ń wá British High Commission níbo ni page wọn tẹ̀ wá ok Katrina Langwere ìyẹn ti sá kúrò nísìn ẹ rántí Katrina baby ibo ni Katrina wà nísìn she is now the special representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Somalia wọ́n tún ti gbé lọ sí Somalia ẹ rántí Katrina baby Somalia ló wà nísìn ní Mogadishu kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Somalia kò sí wọ́n ní gbogbo ìlú tó lọ kò wà settled ìyẹn bèbí yẹn mo padà bọ̀ anyway lẹ́mi mo ṣe wá British High Commission ti Nigeria ni mo wá Somali ló wà nísìn ẹ rántí Katrina baby ṣe committee ó ti wà Nigeria already ìmọ̀lẹ́gbọ́n mi ìwà bílò òun ni mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Kemi Badenoch ti wà ní Nigeria already mo wá UK High Commission to Nigeria ni mo wá mo ṣe wá embassy wọn máa ń tètè rí lórí fóònù mo mọ reason tí mo ṣe tètè rí lórí Twitter ní bíbá handle yẹn ni mo wá ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe báyìí ẹ jẹ́ n lọ sórí ẹ jẹ́ n search lórí Google British High Commission Abuja Twitter and the one ni mo need Kemi Badenoch lọ sí Nigeria. Is either she has arrived yesterday or she's currently en route. Yeah, that's it. UK in Nigeria. Yeah, that's it. So it's called the at UK in Nigeria. Bishop Muri, Mama can comment when you can comment in a minute, for a few more minutes. Yeah, 16 hours ago. We are pleased. And let me okay, thank you, Walori software. I can give you my background. If one is supporting media, in need is supporting. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹ má kówó yẹn pamọ́. If one is support ká fi ṣiṣẹ́. Koiki ready láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ má worry gbogbo jágbàjàgbà tó ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Táwọn kan ní ẹ má support wọn, ẹ má ẹ fún wa ní support yẹn. Ẹ má restrict ẹ. Ẹni tó bá lè fi $1,000 ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀ ká lè tètè ṣiṣẹ́. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí software tí ń rí ẹ jẹ́ n gbé kámẹ́rà mi wọlé. So at least tí mo fi wọ̀n wá yẹn ẹ lè máa rí dáadáa. So where's my own camera? Yeah, video camera. Yeah, capture. That's me there. So you know I increase the front to me. So we can see it together. And I can do the same thing. Torí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbí by now. I think I should be able to do the same thing as well. So let's come back here. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí backup channel torí kíní là ń lò. So you can retweet so that Ali will timeline me. So now let's come back to my timeline here. So the 35th program Laro in here. Trade between UK and Nigeria. Ṣé rò pé UK máa fún Yorùbá nation? Mo sọ fún yín pé wọ́n ní fún anybody ní Yorùbá nation àfi tá a bá lágò mọ́ra wa lórí. Bọ̀ gbogbo ẹnu kọ́ la fẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ torí ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ̀ pé UK lèmi wà. So there's things that màmá láti code ẹ̀. Ìjọ tí bá ti wọ Nàìjíríà, a máa lágò mọ́ra wa lórí ni because lawless country ní Nàìjíríà. So let me bring my camera in. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook náà, at least you can be able to see the person I'm talking about. So camera tèmi yeah. So we are now all set. So, all right, let's leave it like that. So 16 hours ago, we are pleased to welcome the Secretary of State of Business and Trade, Kemi Badenoch, to Nigeria. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Tinubu gbọ́dọ̀ lọ, but Tinubu ò fi lọ until tá bá fi pressure sí. So, well, it's part of education. We have to educate our people because the revolution, Yoruba nation. I 3 years ago, shut our loan. So we have to explain so many things to the people before we lagomara walori. During our visit, she will meet with business and entrepreneurs, tour project, unlock opportunities to strengthen UK-Nigeria trade and investment partnership. Hashtag Go Far, Go Together, Britain, Nigeria. So let's see what the comment underneath. Let's just gauge the comment. Eleni, just want her to watch at Tongo. Nigeria's no grief for anybody in 2024. Somebody said that. Eleni, pleased to see Secretary Kemi Badenoch visit Nigeria to strengthen UK-Nigeria tie. No one will understand the context and situation better. Ekabo, sister me. She dadalede. Dr. Vincent Colonsabe. Only sister. Eleni Onyenju, only at every opportunity she gets, Kemi Badenoch not only described Nigeria in its glory details, but she also used it as a warning to any one of people tend or tentative about liberty and capitalism. She's right on both counts. Now then, I hope she tells them to their faces. Precious, welcome home, Kemi. What not to love about you? You are an inspiration to many and generations on board. Visit Onyekwe, only welcome to Nigeria. Will she open a new consulate in the southeast Nigeria? Question mark. Adebayo, yes, turn down. Welcome. Olatunji Ayodele Sokwe, welcome Kemi Badenoch. Potential Amori Sokwe, this Kemi, I am mighty surprised. I wonder if she will be meeting with members of the government. So I think there's something. Nigerian politicians use public funds as personal piggy bank, says Badenoch. I think this was in 2022, July 13. She said something of such. Again, Vanguard, July 13, 2022. Nigerian politicians pollute the earth. Films, Kemi Badenoch, UK lawmaker. So I believe she's also one that doesn't, really buy those 419 politicians in Nigeria. Let's take one or two more, then we move swiftly. Inviset, hydrogens. Recently, Kemi Badenoch was reportedly to have said recolonizing in Nigeria. Some people came, did something and left. Such minimization is not experience of Benin Kingdom, Sultan of Aitairu, of Sokoto Caliphate, Kiriji wars. Nothing the less, a cabo, success wishes. I don't know where she said that statement, but this individual said it was reported, I don't have the fact around that, to have said that recolonizing in Nigeria. And the last one, I think that's about it. So no more comment. So those are the 17 comments that came with Kemi Badenoch arriving in Nigeria. So let's leave that and then go into this day, which we've at least understood a part of what she'll be doing. So the UK Trade Minister, Kemi Badenoch, seek deeper ties with Nigeria, also eyes new investment. The UK Minister for Trade, for Business and Trade, Kemi Badenoch, has embarked on a 3-day visit to Nigeria, aiming to further strengthen the economic partnership between the two nations. The word nation, Nigeria was never a nation. Nigeria is not a country. But you see, these are the lies that we are trying to change the narrative. Because when you read this kind of article to say UK and Nigeria, two nations, let's go back again and find out the meaning of a nation. I think we should start with that. So let's go and look at the meaning of a nation.
Nation.
When we say nation, what is the meaning of
nation?
A large body of people. Easy, shout out to you all the way in US. A large body of people united by common descent, history, culture, language, inhabitant, a particular country or territory. The question is, where did we got this Nigeria is a nation? It is what the British cooked in 1914 after the fraudulent amalgamation of what is known as Nigeria, which has to break through peaceful means, through a roadmap, or through a violent means, or through diplomacy. I put on my status yesterday, and I'm asking the question to many of you that are watching me right now. The question I put on my status is, can we ever get Yoruba nation through diplomacy? Ebami, if you see in the comment section. Moki Yami Bolade Ayode Ade Larinde Eshegonima Ekabosoreto Yalalu Barika Chalafia. And I think the children are on holiday, so that's why we started, because it's going to be a little bit noisy later on. So the question now is Nigeria a nation? Is Nigeria a nation? Additional Femi, Bishop Additional Kemi Badenoch, is that Omo Inla Omo Inola and Rossi no? She will understand the reality of what is happening in Nigeria. I missed that. Again, many of you might ask, Koiki, what has this got to do with the movement? This is where I always come up to say, we are not fighting Yoruba nation because of the Fulanis. We are fighting for Yoruba nation because of so many reasons like this. So let's go further. So we've identified that there's nothing called nation that is Nigeria. Just reasons in Nigeria is not a nation at all. But in your middle of Nigeria is a nation back in Nigeria, especially in the village. We need to take the message offline. We're already 1 hour into the program. Today is the 12th day of the month of February, or July. So when we talk about Nigeria is not a nation, but when you read a paper like this day, that is now saying that there is going to be an economic partnership between Nigeria and UK. Shout out to you, Egbomi Fatuki, Moke Egbomi Bilo, and the rest of you that we will mention your name in the course of the program. They are also talking about unlock new investment opportunities. Opportunities with the S. The question is, what opportunities are they talking about? It could mean anything from gas. It could mean anything from maybe more doctors coming into the country from Nigeria. Why is the UK not ready to sit with us to dialogue? I'll come to that in a minute. Why do you think that UK is not coming to sit with us to dialogue? I'm talking about the Biafrans that are campaigning. Not that they can't see us. They can see us from the far. They can see us from close. You think that they don't know what we are doing? They know. At least if they don't know, we've taken rallies, both the Biafrans and the Yorubas, to Downing Street and the Parliament for the last 3 years. So they know that there are some people agitating for something, just like the Scottish people are doing. But do you think, or in their company, Britain will ever at some point have a conversation with us on the round table to ask us what we want? What is going to lead to such conversation? Maybe through this interactive. Some say we should reach out to Kemi Badenoch, especially in Tuje MP, because it depends on where you live in UK. She's not my MP, but have some of you written to your MPs? Yeah, we have people that have written to the MPs, and we know the outcome of what came back. I'm going to come back to that in a minute, but let's quickly read this and then I'll go further into it. This trip follows the visit of the former Foreign Secretary in August last year, and recent security and defense talks showcasing a multi-pronged approach to deepen UK and Nigerian relations. While we are campaigning for exit, UK still wants to deepen their relationship with Nigeria. That shows that they don't see Nigeria to break anytime soon. That shows that for us that are campaigners, what do we need to do to engage UK about breaking away from Nigeria? Because the UK is not seeing any reason why we should break away from Nigeria, because they believe that we are one and we should remain one, even though we were never one. But many Nigerians are now even excited that they will be boosting trade and investment between UK and Nigeria. So let's go further. She's not traveling alone. I mean, Kemi Badenoch. She's traveling with another Nigerian member of parliament from the southeast, Ellen Grant. Who is Ellen Grant? Let's talk about Ellen Grant as well. Yes, I believe Ellen Grant is from Nigeria as well. Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Ellen Grant, she's an OBE, is a British politician who has served as a member of parliament for Maidstone and Weald since 2010. A member of the Conservative Party, she succeeded Anna Widdecombe, who was the first elected in 1987. She was born 28 September 1961, a year after the fraudulent independence. She's 62 years old. Her parents are Julius A. Okuboye. Let's ask, what is her relationship with Nigeria? So Ellen Grant will be traveling. In October 2020, I know she's a background to Nigeria. Ellen Grant. I know she's a background to Nigeria. I think I should go on our Wikipedia. I think that will give me a better understanding of what I'm looking for. I just want us to have a picture of these individuals. Their interest is not for Nigeria. Their interest is for Britain or United Kingdom. Yeah, early life and career, that's what we need. Grant, though, was born in London, in Wilderton, now in what is now in North London, to an English mother, Dr. Gladys Speeding, and a Nigerian father, Dr. Julius Okuboye, who was an orthopedic surgeon. Just like many of us now have either married people from our own, culture, ethnic group, or you have married people from other ethnic group. So Ellen Grant will be traveling with Kemi Badenoch, or if not, they've arrived already. So let's go back to the minister, Kemi Badenoch, alongside the Prime Minister Trade Envoy to Nigeria. So Ellen Grant is the Trade Envoy. Will hold key meetings with the government of Tinubu. Now, the question is, how do we have a conversation? Now, let's look at it from the diplomatic point, the diplomacy side. They are pushing for Nigeria-UK trade. Where do we come in as our campaign for Yoruba Nation? Where do we come in to say to these two representatives of the UK government? Definitely, they're not going to engage us because they have not have any itinerary to engage Babakitoye. Neither have they have any engagement with any of our other leaders, including Oloyegbowo. So at what point in our movement do you think that we can have a discussion with them? We've gone out with rallies in the UK to talk about our reasons why we want to exit Nigeria. Ọ̀nà tó kù nísìn tá fẹ́ gbà wo tí àwọn méjì, one is from the southeast, Ellen Grant, one is from the southwest, Yoruba, but their interest is not for Nigeria. Their interest is for the UK government, but their background, both of them, is from Nigeria. Do you think in Jarope they will be ready to dialogue with us? The question is, dialogue with. Maybe if I catch up with them through an event that both of them are there and I throw question to them. But what do you think we should do to facilitate engagement diplomatically with these two very powerful, cabinet minister? Because looking at the two of them, these are very powerful that can maybe speak with Rishi Sunak on behalf of we the Yorubas and the Biafrans, that we are discussing what led to this amalgamation, and we want to be able to ask them to speak to the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, to enable him to put it. The first thing must be that we must have one of them, and probably the others, to first raise the question in the parliament. That will be the first thing. Because parliament, they have every right to say anything in the parliament. I don't know whether some of us know that. Just like our senators in Nigeria, that chamber in Tobaso Asogbeni. But how do we engage them? Have we ever seen, since the last 3 years, any kind of engagement between these individuals and Mumbo? I want to do this. I believe I have a copy of the letter that one of my uncle here in UK sent to one of his own, one of the MP. Let's search for that letter. So I'm going to go, so you can go on my website, koikimedia.com, and I guess I have a copy there. Let's go and look at it. A very good morning and welcome to many of you. Mr. Ketunde Olaniwaju, good morning. Mr. Matthias Oluwagbenga, Daily Big Bisopwe, how would they want to dialogue with us? No reasonable person will want his or her pot of soup broken or taken away from him. Okay, thank you so much. Keep the comment coming. And you also went further to say man must mount. And I believe you also talked about, I beg, leave Kemi. I say make man mount. My brother, talk about Joe. I beg, leave Kemi. No, we can't leave Kemi because maybe she might be an opportunity that will do the breakup for Nigeria on our behalf. Since we all want everything to go into this, yes, this is the letter I'm looking for. If you have never come across this letter before, this letter was sent to me from one of the Yoruba brothers in UK. Nígbà tá à ń ṣe movement yìí lọ ní 2022. Kò ń ṣe ẹyọ kan báyìí. Many other came through, but àwọn kan fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gbé sí public. But this one wanted me to put it out in public, so I've covered some areas that reflect his address and who the person is. Let me read what happened. As at the time, there was a woman called Vicky Ford. She was the Minister for Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Koda, it was after this correspondence that we realized that there is an office for Nigeria at the FCDO, which is called the Foreign Commonwealth Development in the UK. And I think at the time we did ask people to write them letters, and the same template was what they were replying back to everybody. What in the template in lower. So let's go into what was written. Then Maggie Miller, Member of Parliament. Dear Dame Maggie, thank you for your correspondence of 27th on behalf of your constituent. I blocked the name of the person. You see, diplomatic negotiation, this is the process to do it, especially if you want things done, in a way to help with Konidija. Because some of you think that there's still room for a lot of diplomatic. Sunshine Forever, our loyalty ties with the British, Omweruni. Thank you so much to our Biafrans that are joining us on the Twitter space as we continue our campaign to the roadmap to the dissolution of Nigeria. So this letter that I'm about to read was a communication between a Yoruba nationalist that wrote to the Member of Parliament in UK, talking about the independence of the Yoruba people out of Nigeria. And this is the response that came back from Vicky Ford, as at the time, that was the Minister for Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. About the Yoruba independence, it was clear the purpose of this communication was this individual wanted the MP to speak to another minister about the Yoruba nation independent. And this was the response that came back then. I am replying as the Minister for Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. The UK government, now it is important. Some of you have never, because some people have read this before. The copy is on my website, www.koikimedia.com/Yoruba document files. The UK government shares your constituent concerns. This was in 2022. You would thought that by now, the insecurity that we're even talking about will have resolved. Let's hear what I say. The UK government shares your constituent concerns about the range of security challenges Nigeria faces, which include violence in the southwest. This is having a devastating impact on affected communities. The UK government condemns all violence against civilians in Nigeria, including that which affect Yoruba communities. So they're concerned, just as any other government around the world are concerned. Whilst security in Nigeria is not the responsibility of the UK government, but it is the responsibility of the Nigerian government. I would like to reassure your constituent that I have discussed their response to insecurity with the Fulani. I'm just adding my own, okay? But the way it came is I have discussed their response to insecurity with the Nigerian authorities on the number of occasions. The UK government is saying, at discuss it with the Nigerian government. Which government? The Fulani government as at the time. But right now, Kemi Badenoch is going to meet Tinubu. I'm sure they will make arrangement for her to see Tinubu. Tinubu will say, "Omo Yoruba Tata." Just like Kemi Badenoch, remember that one they chased her away after the saga of the NYSC certificate. She left, she resigned under the Buhari's administration and returned back to UK. Since then, we've not heard about her. She's gone quiet. But this one now is going as a representative of the UK government. I'm talking about Kemi Badenoch and Ellen Grant. They'll probably meet Tinubu, they will eat together, they will talk about trade and partnership. And you, Omo Yoruba, you think that their interest is my own interest or your own interest. You can see the reason why we must not relent, especially during this administration, because this is how we relax under Buhari. Buhari 8 years. We know we didn't start the movement in around the 8 years, but we have done enough now to move out again and mount pressure. Without mounting the pressure, maybe the UK government will not take us serious. Let's go further. Most recently with the foreign minister, as at then, Oyema now, he don't chop money, he's gone quiet. After the administration of Buhari, nobody probes them. They go back to their normal life, and that's it. So Tinubu will do 8 years. After he finish, everybody go their normal life, and that is it. Is that the kind of life you want us to continue? So that the UK continue to tell you lies, because they are part of the lies. If you are just joining us, I can confirm that my own outfits arrived in UK safely for the burial of Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's mother. If you want to sow yours, you can get in touch with Omitaf Culture, or you can reach out to me. And at the Tani London, it is still available in Nigeria if you want it. And you can find out it will get to you. I paid for it to get to UK through my own cargo as well. And I have some other stuff that came from Nigeria that is in my kitchen. So I don't have to be in Nigeria before I enjoy good life. It's fresh granite, Osha Deni. So Leni Nisin, Mubodomu Gari, Gari Jebu. Elonta Gari Nisin, Congo. I am 6,000 kilometers away. Mutun Jegari Jebu ni London. Epanyan fresh, Mutawolodo Momsilan. Ogbedada. Konshegbo to anu pangolo in London in the weather burukuin. So you understand that it becomes power. Let's move swiftly. I discussed most recently with the Foreign Minister Oyemi and the Vice President then Osibajo when I visited Nigeria in February. I also raised this issue with the Nigerian National Security Advisor General Mongono, all these Fulani bastards, during the inaugural dialogue of the UK-Nigeria Security, Defense and Partnership in February 2022. The Prime Minister also discussed the insecurity with President Muhammadu Buhari Sibaba at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in June. It is important. Now, I want us to take note of this. It is important to note that the perpetrators of violence, UK is not pointing the perpetrators of violence on the Fulanis. Only God knows why. They did not want you to think that it is Fulani that is attacking us. I am now asking Bobomo Yorubala Roy, who are those committing genocide in Nigeria today, be it in the southeast, in the middle belt, in the north, northeast, northwest, southwest? But the UK government still does not want to put shit out that the perpetrators of violence do not come from any one ethnic or religious group. Some of you idiots will be calling us tribes. The UK itself in this communique, because before UK MP will write out, all these letters are well vetted because they know that this letter will look. You know, I've not talked about the Oriolokun that came back from the police. You know, I've not done a program on it. When I requested for information about the Oriolokun, the police told me that they know that it will go into the public domain and certain things they cannot tell me. So they refused to give me all the information I requested for. I have not done the program. More by the way. Remember that this Oriolokun is with the British Police, Metropolitan Police. I made a request under, Freedom of Information Act. And they also gave me another act to say that they cannot give me all the details, because whatever they're giving me as a journalist, I will present it out. The same thing that this letter, before they write it out, they know. So when they're calling us ethnic, where in the world are you calling yourself tribes? Idiot all over the place. So, but they're saying that it is important to note that perpetrators of violence do not come from any one ethnic or religious group, and effects are felt by communities of different faith and ethnicities across the country. We are supporting, this is UK government too, across the country, called Nigeria. They say we are supporting local and national peace building effort to encourage dialogue between many ethnic groups and communities that make up and contribute to the strength and diversity of Nigeria. Let me explain what they're saying now. The UK government, the one where me I they live, they say make I tell all Nigerians, say, make we go dialogue with Fulani people. Look, we might hate the Igbos, but we can still dialogue with them. Their interest is to take Yoruba land. We know. Our own interest is to chase them out. We know. We can dialogue with them. Don't take our space. Let's work together. Come and live here. You will do according to our laws. They will accept. If they want to take our land, we will stop them. That one is, we can discuss. Even the Hausa, we can discuss. Can we discuss with the Fulanis? I'm asking us. Put it in the comment section. Do you think that the Yorubas can sit on the round table and have dialogue with Fulanis? Put it in the comment section. So the UK government is telling me, make I tell all Nigerians, this was a letter in 2022, that we should go and find a solution so that somebody like the sister with the key for, is it Shokoto? That Deborah. Do you know that she could have dialogue with them, say, look, I put something in the comment section on the WhatsApp. Everybody does that. Sometimes some people put porn on the WhatsApp. They forgot that they are not sharing it to their colleagues where they watch together. They forget, they send it into a group chat. Yeah, Pastor, you did send porn. Yeah, I forget, no. And they discuss it and everybody move on. But we are talking about a particular criminals, a particular terrorist organization. If that's on the here, this letter, go on my website. You will find it there, koikimedia.com, and go to document. It's there. Print it out. Show people. They say, maybe I should read it again. It is important to note that perpetrators of violence, we know violent, people, Igbo, they take drugs. Yoruba, they do ritual. Hausa, they do shege. Everybody, they do different things. There's crime. Look, this country, the crime within this country is unbearable. But we're talking about a particular set of people that were never part of Nigeria. They've now taken control. They've literally flooded every part of Yoruba land, that even those within Lagos State, they are not safe. Rather than us face the consequence and say, we go talk to the Igbos. We will tell them that you will not take our land. You will live with us, but we will abide by each other rules and regulation. But what about the Fulani that went to Ikorodu, kidnapped Yoruba man? This is not Igbo that kidnapped them with AK-47. Some Yoruba men quickly stood up. They don't get AK-47. They say, hey, it's obey. As they were approaching them, 2 of them were gunned down. This happened last week. Only God knows what is going to happen again this week. But the UK is saying to me and you, go and dialogue with them. The question is, dialogue with you. You can see why I say that if we do not fight and kill them, whoever is them to you, we are not going anywhere. But we don't have the means to do that yet, because we don't have guns, we don't have bullets. But the people that we are fighting, maybe I should remind you, they are not going anywhere soon. They are ready for me and you. Why me and you, they speak this grammar on the social media? That is why I love the Biafra. They are raising money to buy guns. Look, don't talk about gun is not in America. They talk about it any day, anytime, anyhow. The Biafrans are no longer stalking. They are buying guns to defend their territory. That's all they're doing. They're not using it to kill innocent Biafrans or Igbos. Even they're not using it to kill their politicians yet. But they will kill any military Fulani because all those in the military as of today are all compromised. Not be me saying, let's link that with what British is telling me to go and dialogue with Fulani terrorists. How? Níbo láti máa jókòó? Ṣé Lagos láti máa jókòó ni? Or am I going to go into Sambisa forest? And we are here saying to the idiot Yoruba people that Igbo is our problem, but we can dialogue with them. It might take time because they hate us. They hate us because they don't like Awolowo. It's a fact. They hate us because they believe that we were those that supported the vision of Nigeria. We hate them as well because Azikiwe. So all these are the things that has happened. We are talking about the present day problem now. Some Oloshi Yoruba people, some Oloshi Igbo people, some Oloshi Hausa people still want every one of us to remain in Nigeria. And you want me to celebrate because you are playing AFCON. You are bomb bastards. How can you be using AFCON to gauge all the problem in Nigeria? Oh, we should have won the game. Oh. Hey, they should have passed it like that. They should have not put that Yoruba boy. Oh, they should have put Igbo there. UK, they have 3 teams that represent this country. From Scotland, I told you yesterday, me and Mayegun, our son don't need to compete with each other. Mayegun's son will play inside Scotland football game. My own son will play for England. Idiot all over the place. And everybody wants to celebrate AFCON. Let's listen to these to buttress this letter that I'm reading. And then we move straight forward. Listen to this.
There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
So the question then is, at what point do we sit down and dialogue with criminals, Fulani terrorists? We're talking about the ones that are disturbing us, but what about the ones that are using our head, like Dangote, BUA, Otedolas, Alakijas, Tonele Melu, and the rest of them that have used Nigeria to portray us outside, but they're the one milking it inside? It is important to know that the perpetrators of violence do not come from one ethnic or religious group, and the effect are felt by communities. Oh my God, maybe I should remind you, because some of you forget quickly, that we lost 2 important urbans. That is a community. So Britain know that we are being hit hard by Fulanis, but they are not coming out to say, go and defend yourself. Because if you are thinking that they will tell you to go and defend yourself, they are not going to tell you that. We should all go and prepare ourselves because they've not unleashed anything yet. Tinubu thinks that it can revive the economy that has damaged. If you like, let him try everything. Nigeria sank in 1914. The evil of those that created Nigeria, the Nigeria that you are all seeing, is not going to work. Spiritually, blood has been spilled for the foundation of Nigeria. That cleansing of those blood is what we are doing right now. For us to have peace and unity, stress-free country, let everybody go back to their tenacity. And that is where this, my brother, came to say that, why should we keep Nigeria, this bastard country that has killed many lives that should not have died during their time? Igboho came out. You are all pointing finger at him. You can see now that he sit there, is now seeing how kings massacre, how people are killed. I don't know what Kemi Badenoch will be saying when she arrived to Tinubu, but she'll probably be, I'm going to come back to that later. Let's go back. She'll probably be saying that, look, Mr. Tinubu, we're going to boost trade and investment between us and UK. We will make sure that we have a cordial relationship that will enable visa-free. Did I say visa-free? Like, you will never get visa-free to this country again. That stopped in 1980, I believe, by Margaret Thatcher government. She died already. Look at how the Naira that was very powerful crashed against the pound. As at yesterday is 1,188 Naira to the pound. Is about almost 1,500 to the dollar. Some of you say, but we don't need dollar to operate in Nigeria. We don't spend dollar, weary. What production line have you got? What do you produce? Ask yourself, in your village, in your local government, in your town, bomb bastard all over the place. And you come here and be saying, Koiki, your utterances I don't like, but the Fulani put bullet in your bomb, they blow it away. You don't care about that. You are more concerned about my utterances. Bomb bastards. So Kemi Badenoch will arrive in Nigeria. They will give her security because she can't move everywhere because there's so much tense insecurity. They'll tell her don't travel to certain places. They would have told her, don't go to the north so that you don't get kidnapped. Don't go on Abuja Kaduna way. Make sure that you have enough security. They would have prepared for her. They will make sure that they sweep. Look, this kind of vehicle, when they go, when she's traveling in a road that is going to be reason for her to travel on that road, if any Fulani come out that time, they will clear them out. But do you know what happened? If me and you travel on that road, there's no police. It's a dead road. That is a country that she wants to do trade with. I'm asking, how many investment will come to Nigeria from UK, but it's reversed that they need? So all this one that she's saying that we are going to boost trade and invest. No, she's not talking about trade investment in Nigeria because Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is a country that doesn't have electricity to take that businesses. You know, look, I can't do technology in Nigeria because I need 24 hours electricity. If I'm going to be running a full tech business in Nigeria, I don't have electricity. How? You're crazy. Is that the look? People live in their house around the world in UK and America, Canada, in Europe, and they are running good businesses because they have what it takes to run the business. Whether do you know that some people run the stock market from their home? Some people are into trade. Some people no. In Nigeria, you will need electricity. So where business is she talking about? Which kind of business? No, she's talking that she needs business in UK, not in Nigeria. So let's go further. So she will be holding key meetings with Nigerian government, the 419 government that we are hearing every day, like somebody like Bajabi Amila Olori Buruku, the chief of staff, that is now telling us that the social media is a menace. Because we know that you are a criminal that left UK, America, after stealing money that belongs to a client to go and become a politician in Nigeria. The same thing with Ibori, the same thing with next year, we are taking Dezani Alise Madueke. She will probably have been able to leave her house now, but they don't burn Dezani well, make she leave her house before 6 o'clock because she's on electronic tag. Bomb bastard Nigerians. You cannot think straight. You are waiting for Kemi Badenoch to come and tell you that we should break up Nigeria. She will never tell you that because she's part of the game that wants to keep Nigeria. We're going to do trade and investment. Which trade and investment? The one that they've been doing for the last 63 years. Which one have you enjoyed? Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. Let me see. Hey, we're going to do trade. Which trade are they doing with us? Or criminals? Discussion will focus on exploring current and potential investment across diverse sectors, including education. Yeah, definitely. They need many of you to come. They need many Nigerians to come and study because it's a business center. You are funding my lifestyle for you to come and live here because you know my tax. You will pay for the health surcharge. You will pay for the insurance. Yeah, you arrive here, just like my brother that called me yesterday. £6,000 he paid for the school fees, at least maybe to start with, so that they can give him the student visa. Already, as of yesterday, somebody that arrived in the country is not, it will probably be 1 week. He arrived on Monday last week. He's already homeless. I asked him how. It's not possible. He said, my brother that is here that I give money to, you know that one, don't go. He has become homeless. He called me yesterday. He's probably watching me right now. I've told him what he needs to do. That one is not for social media. They come and live with me here. I have lived here for 24 years. I don't need a student visa. I don't need COS to go and work. If I like, I can operate from my house for the next 3 years. If I want granite from Nigeria, I can get that granite. It will arrive here safely with Gary. Bomb bastard. You think I'm joking? Continue to say you don't want Nigeria to break. Some of you cannot even buy granite. You see this one? It just arrived fresh from Nigeria with my outfit for Igbo. Fresh. I go use and chop Jebu Gary later. Idiot all over the place. Continue to say that we are the one that wants to disturb Nigeria. You will learn like a very dark man. You will learn. So let's move swiftly because I still want to touch a country. Somebody that arrived in a country, within a week, he has already become homeless. So she said we'll be discussing, we'll focus on exploring current and potential investment across diverse sectors, including education, infrastructure, and energy. This project has the potential to generate thousands of jobs. Did you hear that? Kemi Badenoch says that these will create thousands of jobs. I'm asking which kind of job? Which job? Because many of you are waking up on a daily basis. You are so experienced in your different field, but you don't have what it takes. And maybe I should show you this. Because my team have been working back to back. It's just that we are not getting enough of your support. But we are trying with the little resources that we have. But if we get more resources, we can be able to do more work. You think we don't need money. We need money to operate. So let's listen to what some of my team members came back with during their engagement. This is Abeokuta. Let's listen to this. It's about 8 minutes. I might let it roll through completely. Okay, our Ifagbemeleke number. Okay, Dada.
People are dying hunger all over the country, all over Nigeria.
But they said they have released about 102 tons of grains to the country.
Of course, they released 102 tons of grains to the country, but it's not everybody that is good. They don't give everybody that. They just give some people. They know their self. Of course, they just give people that they can give. So if the law will carry as it will carry everybody. So now everybody is dying in hunger. Some people don't get money to buy Gary. People have plenty of Gary. They must work harder before they see 500 people. Please, no work. You that die, we don't have work. All the Nigeria youth, we don't have work. Without Yahoo, we don't survive. If we don't Yahoo, we don't do Yahoo, we can't survive. Now we are doing Yahoo, we are running mental. Most of the stuff that we are doing. We are not.
Please, we beg you with the name of our Lord, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Please, we need assistance. Come and help us. Thank you so much. That's only what I mean.
Some person will get money to buy food for children now. It's not very hard. Sometimes children will go school hungry. They will come back nothing to eat because everything is very hard. Only day of garden now is 800. Now, rice, we cannot buy rice for children anymore. Only day of rice now is 2005, 2002, which is very bad. Those people that are on top, they are wicked hosts because they are sitting on top of money. So their family are satisfied when we are suffering. Nigeria is very suffering. We need help. I'm begging those ones that in the top to help those ones that is suffering now. We are suffering. Please, we need help.
These are our people. This was Saturday, lamenting about the current state of things in Nigeria. But don't worry. Why are you all worried? Kemi Badenoch is currently in Nigeria. She's going to allow job opportunity for many of you. You will not have to worry. You will get jobs. So let's leave those videos. You can go and watch the rest of it, on the Koikimedia backup channel. So let's come back to Kemi Badenoch. She says that there will be jobs opportunity, thousands of jobs. I don't know which kind of the job, maybe POS job, maybe Okada job, but what she's saying to me that I should tell Nigerians that there will be jobs opportunity. Or maybe she's talking to me, working and living in UK, that I'm going to bring back opportunity for you. Don't worry, stop calling me for Yoruba Nation. At least you are not living there. Yes, I'm not living there, but every job I do here, I will then send money back again to the people on the ground for medical, for insecurity, for welfare. She said that thousands of jobs contributing to economic growth in both nations. Again, we've identified that Nigeria is not a nation. It's just a mere geographical location. She also talked about removing barriers and expanding opportunities. The visit also aims to address existing obstacles to the trade and investment. Minister Kemi Badenoch will advocate for policies that facilitate smoother business operation between the UK and Nigeria. Maybe for those of us that wants to bring export into the UK. Just like I've been trying to bring yam into this country for the last 10 years from the shithole country called Nigeria with Captain John. Captain John is from the Southeast. But he's a pilot, but we cannot get a 7 Boeing aircraft to be filled up with yam and arrive in UK because those that wants to take it from us at the Spitalfield market guarantee that they will give us the money that we need up front. But we must also guarantee that the yams must get to this country at the appropriate time that we say in our document contract with them. When we went and reviewed it, we realized that if we take this money, maybe in a prison, somebody go there. Because if they give me 10 million pounds and I cannot get the yam from Nigeria back to UK, you know why? Because the yam will probably get rotten through the corrupt officials that do not want progress for we, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas that want to explore. This granite, I can ask for it to get to UK in containers. I can go and look for investors and say, look, we have fresh granite in Nigeria. Let's do business. We love doing business. But I will not do a business with a country that if anything goes wrong, I cannot even hold anybody accountable. But Kemi Badenoch is saying to me, don't worry, Yomi Koiki, don't worry, Koikimedia. I know you're upset with Nigeria, but I will make sure that all the obstacles to trade and investment from Nigeria to UK, we will make sure that they open it up. Maybe now that Tinubu is there, that's what they think. Because when Buhari was there, they could not do that for 8 years. But now Tinubu is their new puppet. The new puppet. So some of you do not understand that we are ready to do business with you. But who are we going to do business with when we cannot verify you? You can see why Boba Wunyi, Mokiyawa Enyuju _ Eledumare 22. And many of you that have joined. Yami Fagbe Mileke, I cite you. And to my Biafra brothers that are listening on the Twitter space, welcome on board. If you have just joined, I have received my own Asho Okuyawa. The burial arrangement has not changed. We are heading to Igboho on the 22nd and on the 23rd for the final burial rite of these, our mother, Mrs. Adeyemo Igboho, that died last year, 22nd of July. May her soul rest in peace. Mine arrived in UK. Don't ask me about yours, but if you want it, it's in Nigeria, and you can make sure you can sew it through Omita Culture. You can check it out on IG. Massive, beautiful outfit. I can't wait to put it on the day. So let's come back to the program. We've done exactly almost 2 hours. After 2 hours, I'm going to stop on this Kemi Badenoch and then move to one of my countries that we want to talk about. Mama, Ekaro, Ekudaji. Family awesome. So, as we continue with our quest, don't let any politician deceive you that don't mind those people shouting for Yoruba Nation because Kemi Badenoch is going to give us opportunity and investment. Now lie you. Even if the government of Tinubu and the UK Tinubu has not been here for official visit yet. State visit, they call it. I'm looking forward to that. But he hasn't been here already. So, visiting, because I got to move away from this and move to the next point of my program swiftly. Shout out to many of you that are watching and listening. Shout out to MixLR team that are listening. And also, Ogumala say, thank you this morning. White Lion Nigeria will be a thing of the past soon. You also want to say, AFCON my foot. I was so happy seeing the final score yesterday. And hey, it is only football that unites us. Koiki, leave us now. We are stressed. Yeah, I know we are stressed. But football doesn't unite us. It's all lies. Aji Jagbara, thank you so much, my brother. Koikimedia team, thank you so much. Kenzie, we have just an hour before the end of the program. Please let us do anything that can help us to get out of this country. Yes, but some people don't want us to do anything because they say, I mean, won't bring war, come Nigeria. 8519, thank you so much. And many of you that have joined on all the platforms across board. So we're going to move and give us back our full screen because let's leave Kemi Badenoch. She's already in Nigeria. Let her have a great time in Nigeria. I wish her all the best in Nigeria, and I wish her whatever she's wishing for UK because that is where our interest lies. So if you're one of those that think that our interest is for us, you are wasting your time. Muki Obentawa Lori platform Aluka. Muki against Harry Kinyi, Aluka Mukiembe, Karo, my brother. Muki Baba Owolabi, Emmanuel. You are right, sir, because we need who can order us to start our peaceful rally. Yeah, you know, let's charge a kapari okutan luma erupt pada long. I can assure you that because I have background information to that. But I'll leave that for now. Mr. Kende Israel, good morning to you. Ibukun Adeni Ramokinyi go enter our page Aluka and make sure to support the brother me Aluka. Again, count Michael Godswill, aside to you. Good morning, my brother. Share Utipari project. Adewale Oluwaseun, good morning to you, Mr. Ola Akinyemi. Shout out to you, sir, because the next slide of my program, I will not be able to. Happy New Week, Mr. Lani Lawal. Shout out to you, sir. Let's come back here and appreciate some of you that are here as well. I don't think I have any comment here. Bear with me because I know the Facebook is going in and out, but I don't have my full system yet. So it's money on the money. Then you like engineers. Now come about that. Could I get back to me? Oh, good, gan bọ̀ wá ti gbé máṣíìnì yín lọ báyìí àfi kẹ́ máa fàdúrà fi lè káàkiri ní Mr. Ìfẹ́olúwa Olúmídé mo kí yín mo kí gbogbo àwọn media as well mo kí all our brothers from the Biafra. I do not open the phone line. It's just an education program this morning where we discuss the roadmap to Nigeria. Charles Ebube, Toby, Danny, Onna, Williams, Otichi, and the rest of you that are watching and listening on the TikTok. Sorry, on the Twitter space. I don't have TikTok anymore. They don't like the truth, so they removed me already. So that is about it with Kemi Badenoch. We're traveling to Nigeria. I believe she's already in Nigeria. She talked about the visit is also aimed to address existing obstacles to the trade and investment. Minister Kemi Badenoch will advocate for policy that facilitates smoother business operation between the UK and Nigeria, potentially leading to the increased trade volumes, foreign direct investment. Additionally, Kenny Nice, they love you. She will explore ways to make the City of London financial expertise more accessible to Nigerian business, unlocking new avenues for capital growth. British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Dr. Richard Montegori, highlighted the recent economic reforms implemented by the Nigerian government and the central bank. If you don't know, the central bank is operated from outside. Omar Tojometa, Stella Boss, in Nigeria, Moguru Emorara, Shoti one Nigeria Padani. Because I know some of you were with us, and all of a sudden, some of you thought Tinubu will make any impact. Tinubu has destroyed Nigeria by bringing Buhari in the first place. Tinubu did not create the problem of Nigeria in terms of economy, but bringing Buhari was one of the worst scenarios of his government. So if any one of you is hoping that there will be any changes with Tinubu, you are going to just cry. Some of you will make money depending on who is there, and I want you to make as much money because Buhari literally opened, the door for criminals. So Tinubu as well make money when they leave. Then another government comes, they'll probably probe Cardoso, probe this, probe that. They will talk behind the closed door, and they will then say, take this, take that, and everybody. And then eventually it will just be merry-go. Nigeria is merry-go-round. So if you can chop yours while Tinubu is there, I beg, chop them very well. Buy house abroad, pay for your house rent, buy everything you want to buy. But the next government comes, they'll probably probe one or two, return money back. Like they say one guy where they sell Richard card with the under Buhari. The guy is so bastardly, stinkly rich. So it's all about negotiation now. So if you're one of those that is hoping for Tinubu's government, I don't hope for him. Just make sure that you use the opportunity, especially these new people where they employ for different jobs and different roles. So we've been talking about different countries. So let's talk about the next country, which is India. We've talked about America, just a summary, 1776. We've talked about, I think yesterday we talked about, was it Belgium? We talked about yesterday, I guess. We talked about Singapore yesterday. We've talked about the Belgian Revolution in 1789. So tonight or this morning, this afternoon, depending on the time zone, okay, I think we should talk about before India. No, yeah, tomorrow will be East Timor. So we talk about India. So what led to the partition of India? Just as we know, the British colony lasted for over 200 years. The British Empire, it was a very powerful empire. For those of you that are looking, the map there, just tells you how important Britain took advantage of us. So I'm going to take a picture of Kemi Badenoch out of the way, and then we're going to just put Babakito here because we love him. He's the leader of the Yoruba self-determination, and we continue to give him all the necessary accolades. So let's go straight into history. Partition of India, division of British India into independent countries of India and Pakistan. According to the Indian Independent Act, was passed by the British Parliament. The British Parliament has what it takes to dissolve Nigeria, but Kemi Badenoch is not going there to dissolve Nigeria. So if you're one of those thinking that Kemi Badenoch's job, is to, and thank you so much those of you that are watching as well on the X where we're streaming from. If you're one of those thinking at the back of your head that somebody like Kemi Badenoch and Ellen Grant are traveling to Nigeria to talk about the partition of Nigeria, no, they're not going there. They're going there for trade, bilateral talk, and all that. But something happened in 1947, July 18 precisely, from the parliament. I've seen the parliament. I was there last week, as I was taking somebody on a tour. If you're one of those that wants to come to UK and you want to go around, you don't know what to do, pay me. I'll take you around London, take pictures, explain things to you like a guide tour. Small money, you'll pay me. If you want me to come and join you from the airport, with small money. If you want me to hire a very nice car to come and drive you, we do other services. Don't worry. My brother that came from one country has returned back. He had a great time, and I took him to where we ate at one of the African restaurants called Enish. Their food is very nice. Not that I'm promoting them, but they're Africans. So, and shout out to those of you at Okentro, Okentro, that is Peckham. And next time we come and eat in Peckham, one of the booker there. But we went to Enish restaurant. Great guy. I don't know who owns it, but I love the settings. So something happened that led to the partition. When we talk about partition, we can still partition Nigeria without taking a gun and bullet and kill each other. But we are dealing with criminals that they will need AK-47 to move away. But people say, why do we need AK-47? We are learned people. No, we are learned people. We're dealing with animals, monsters that doesn't understand what it takes. And when we say support Koikimedia, it is voluntary. You don't have to. But if you do, it's of benefit. At least some of you that never supported, you pay your TV license. I'm sure some of you enjoy BBC 3 that was showcasing the World Cup or the AFCON or whatever they were playing. July 18, 1947, the British Parliament passed an act and set to take effect on the 15th. The rapid partition led to a population transfer. So what is going to happen when Nigeria is going to break? Some will want to stay within the Yoruba territory, while some will just say, you know what, and they will start moving out of our territory. But we hope it's not going to be like that, where some of them will stay, we will do business, we will have good relationship, we will take your fingerprint, just like the British government have taken my own fingerprint, so that when I commit crime, they will be able to find out that it is me. Or maybe if they commit crime, they say he's a black man. That black man does part because there's so many racism in this country. They hate us so much. And they can say, no, that one is a clean guy. He's an activist. He's a father. He's lived in this country for 2 decades. He hasn't committed any crime. But it is the one that is just coming from another country that's committing the crime. So when we have a country that is working, database is very, very important. Right now, we don't even know how many people in Nigeria. So the record of 200 million is a lie. So, but as at the time the British passed the act for the partition of what is now called India and Pakistan in 1947, there was a population transfer of unprecedented magnitude, accompanied by devastating communal violence, as some 15,000 Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims rushed to cross the hastily demarcated borders. One day, it will be like that in Nigeria. Ama ja bridge yẹn wálẹ̀ tó bá dé stage kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́nu mi. Bridge tẹ̀ ń rí yẹn, Jaba bridge. A máa fọ́ wálẹ̀ tá bá ti fọ́ wálẹ̀ ti dẹ̀hún nìyẹn. A máa já wálẹ̀. Kò tí dé stage yẹn ni. We will break it so that way, olúkálùkù á wà ní ìwé ààrẹ. But why do we need to do all that violently when we can sit on the round table and say, look, just make sure that when you want to cross to my side, how many of you will just come to this country? Can you just come to the UK or any border around Europe and you just pass through? Apart from those, even those that want to go through the water, Mediterranean Sea, may the soul of those that have died, that should not have died. Millions of people have passed through. Some survived, some never did. Ask those that survived it and let them tell you the experience. I did not, because I came with a visa that arrived at Gatwick Airport. I still have my stamp and my passport and my ticket that arrived there. But how many people will be able to go through that road? And you will now tell me that when we break away from Nigeria, we will still have cordial relationship with our neighbors that we have lived together, the Igbos, the other ethnic groups, the Hausas, probably maybe some Fulanis, but I want to know that the Fulanis that we're talking about, we have their fingerprint. If Britain can have my fingerprint, not because I'm a criminal, it's because I told them I don't want to go back to Nigeria. I want to live here. Immigration is not a disease. You don't have paper doesn't mean anything. They created the problem that led me leave Nigeria to come and live here. Many of us I want to come and study. You have not gone back in the last 20 years. Idiot. But you are supporting the evil government back home, knowing fully well that that should not be the case. You live abroad where there's peace, where there's hope, where there's future, where you are given opportunity. How many Nigerians do you think that doesn't want the same opportunity? So we will have that borderline at some point in the history of my lifetime. Omawaye. So during the time that they were having the same thing in 1947, people rushed to this side. People, hey, maybe I'll go, even maybe Biafra have their country before us. Like I said, I might still want to go and live in Biafra than live here. As long as I know that I will be respected, I will have freedom. Even if Hausa is going to have their own freedom, as long as I know that it's not Fulani like Ganduje and El Rufai that have taken over. Some of you don't know that there are Fulanis that are now taking charge of their emirate. I'm hearing now that they want to bring Sanusi back because you know it was Ganduje that removed Sanusi. Now they're trying to bring him back again. But that is their problem there. So in 1947, some people rushed to this side, some people rushed to that side. Estimate of number of people who died during the partition ranged from 200,000 to about 2 million. Did you hear that? This country created the problem in the first place, but they eventually partitioned it. Why is it difficult for the British Parliament to put the act and say, let us partition what we created until we make a push and put our foot down this time around and say, we will not accept you dictate to us. But that will be when we start the violence on the ground. That is when they will listen. But diplomacy, as I said in that letter, they will not listen to you. They will tell you it's a communion clash. What is communion clash? There's an ethnic clash going on in Nigeria, but the British government is telling me it's a communion clash. Maybe I should take you back to that letter one more step. Remember that letter we were reading earlier. Bear with me, my system is overworking, but we're managing it as we have it since we don't have another one right now. And if you still want to buy us a good laptop, you can buy it and send it to me. I will take it and I'll say thank you so much. So this is the letter that we were reading earlier. So let's read the final part of that letter. It is important to note that the perpetrators of violence do not come from any one ethnic or religious group, and the effect are felt by the communities of different faith and ethnicities. Across the country called Nigeria, we are supporting the local and national peace building effort to encourage dialogue with Fulani terrorists, with Igbos, the Ishekiris, the Yorubas, and the Hausas. Between many ethnic groups, remember we're talking about over 250 ethnic groups that will never live in peace. Doesn't mean that we've not married each other, but we cannot live together peacefully in one country called Nigeria. Finally, your constituent, this is what is important now. This is where I want us to listen to what the view of the British government when it comes to Yoruba nation. You think that they will give you Yoruba nation, without violence, they will not talk to you. Without boast, without being on the M1. You must be on the M1, and that way, Russia President Vladimir Putin will say at the United Nations Security Council to dissolve Nigeria, even if America say no, because they will now be but if we are still talking every day on WhatsApp group, we are wasting our time. That is why the Biafra, they are preparing for their exit. They know that it will be. You get me? You get me? Finally, your constituent, Omo Yoruba, is calling the UK government to recognize an independent Yoruba nation. This was in 2022. We wrote the letter to Vicky Ford. The UK government respect the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Can you imagine? Did you see the fraud? The UK government respect the territorial integrity of a foreign country they created for me and you. I'm a proud Nigerian. Shut up there, you this boy. Really? What is proud Nigerian? Was your forefather Nigerian? Your Baba was not in Nigeria before 1914. Idiot, all over the place. I'm a well-educated. Look at this word. Is that the way you are going to get Yoruba nation talking to everybody like that? Bomb bastard. Fulani take your bullet in your ass. They killed 2 people in Ikorodu. In your doing. You are more concerned about my utterances. 2 people were killed. They buried them already. In Ikorodu. They are not Igbo people that killed them. They are Fulanis. But we are liars. You want us to come and celebrate today after you win the AFCON. Yeah. I'm happy that Nigeria lost. That is the way you will continue to lose, because on the spiritual ground, you have committed genocide on the lives of millions of people. 5 million Igbo people were killed. Nobody has apologized. Their blood is crying. We must all pay for that, including the Yorubas, including everybody. We are going to pay for it. Just like they will pay for their own side as well. Humanity is crying since 1914. Humanity has cried after they took us away on the Atlantic slave trade. Oh, Loshi, you want Nigeria? Do you know what the British did to us and our forefathers during the Atlantic slave trade? Bomb bastard you are. Let me read that to you so that you can feel the energy I'm feeling this morning. The Atlantic slave trade, or what is known as the transatlantic slave trade, involved transportation of human beings. So when they use the word slave, it was human being, not Goto, not Tokyo, not Chikino. Human beings were moved from the continent of Africa back to where they were using them for all kinds of different reasons that they never got paid for it. And some of you say, when you come to this country, you will tell them to go back. When you arrive this country, call me. You are going nowhere. We will live together here until you get your immigration paper resolved. I will tell you what to do. It's not for social media talk. You call me. If you like, arrive with the last day of your visa. I will tell, morning, princess, how are you? Did you sleep well? Good, good, good. Love you. I will tell you what to do. Come to this country with visa. Get to this country anyhow. I don't do visa. I will tell you how you will live in this country permanently. It's not a social media conversation. You don't have to pay me for that. We all own this country, just like they told us that they own us on the other side. Move millions of people. You are not angry with that. You want to go and win Nigeria, play AFCON. Idiot all over the place. Let's go further. Involve the transportation by slave trade of enslaved African people, mainly to the Americans. Yeah, or to a holiday, or a school learning. Yeah, there's holiday in the UK. They outfitted European slave ships of the slave trade. I did a program where Obajono long, nígbà tó sọ fún pé wọ́n lè máa kó àwọn èèyàn wá lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ tí wọ́n ní sanwó. Ó kó ìbọn fún wọn, ó kó ọkọ̀ fún wọn, ó ní kó tẹ̀ padà sí Africa, ẹ lọ máa kó wọn wá. I did a full program on it, I think last year. Ìkan náà àwọn bàálù yìí, nígbà tó sọ fún pé we can bring people for free. Who doesn't like something that is free? Your politicians are using you for free, and you loshi. When we should hit them hard, hit them hard. You say, no, Koiki, let's take it easy with them. These are bomb bastard politicians. From the one in Lagos State to the one in Ogun State, all the way to the north, to the middle belt, they are all bomb bastard. They love you because you are a slave. Ẹrú ni yín ní Nigeria. Until you say enough is enough, we will hit the road. That is not going to be any changes. You will all become slaves. Make her eat my granuts. This one just came from Nigeria. Oh, fresh. Bomb bastard. This donut is very nice, but there's no brand. Anyways, okay, I know this sauce. You're looking at me. Slaves. I am the second generation of slave that came to this country. 24 years. I never leave UK. I won't go back in Djibouti. I come in Djibouti. I know those shit that Babiodun will say, go, pick that boy up. He's talking nonsense. We are coming for every single one of you. Like I said, we will destroy, we will destroy everything so that we will all be slaves back again. And everybody's brain will be reset. Hey, Tinubu, hey, we are even power. I'm a Koikimedia. I'm a Koikimedia. Yes, everybody now should rise up and say that enough of being a slave is too much. We are not going to be a slave for any Western or any 419 African leader. Don't bastard. There was the other one where they speak for the body. And like Tinubu, I know that they pamper in Yash. Kuma Bayak Besara. Baba Toli. Idiot all over the place. Simon Ekpa, deal with Tinubu for me. I will be dealing with it from my own side. But don't tell us we're not doing anything, especially some idiot. Egos will say, hey, where's
Can I have the coloring pen in back window?
Yeah, go there. Nobody can see you. It's there. It's on that side. And open this curtain to the side.
Huh?
Open it. Open the curtain. That's it, yeah. Yeah, that's it, yeah. When you're hungry, let me know, okay?
Okay.
I love you. Bomb bastard. Slaves. I am a slave in this country. When we both people, they don't like me. But they don't get choice. We don't live together too long. I take advantage of the law to hit them hard. It's called freedom. That is part of the freedom here they enjoy. That is the freedom we are looking for you. But your politician knows the game. They know that Koiki and Showore and Igbowo and Simon Ekpa and the rest of the people that want go and be looking and be reading, that idiot that call himself Reno and be reading his tweet and make yourself happy after he has eaten so much money during Jonathan. And he'll be telling you this is the business you will do, make Nigeria proud, bomb bastard. Go and be listening to Dele Momodu, all these idiots that have created part of the problem. But Dele Momodu will tell you that he fought during the time of Abiola. Why does he have to fight now? Let him enjoy it himself and sit on the plane and drink and post it on Instagram and tell us that he has no problem with Abacha children. Hey, Jagaban. Let's read more about the slave trade before we go back to the India. They outfitted the European slave ships of the slave trade, regularly used the triangular trade route and its middle passage. And this was going on. And the whole world was quiet when they were moving millions of Africans out of their territory, forcing them out to the woman will get belay, they force her. Because some women, as at the time, they will not know that they're pregnant. When women just get belay, the early stage, they force them. It is when they got to the ship, they realize that, why is this one sick? And they realize that she's going to create, what they were doing then, from what we heard. Good morning, Ebroski. You know what they were doing? When they realized that in your combat sick, they move that person and they throw it in the ship. Throw it in the water because contaminate and And I'm talking about that time when, look, even this country, we are feeling cold in our house if you don't put on the heater. Imagine people that were moving in the ship, they tie them. I saw it. If you are in UK, LOC Museum, Towani, Liverpool, not Liverpool Street, go and see the slave museum. You will cry for our forefathers. You will see the chain. Or go to Badagry, enter one in Nigeria. Say, Koiki, I like you, but this way where you talk is what I don't like, Oloshi. They move people during the 18th, 19th century. You are not concerned about that. You are more concerned about the way I'm talking. They came with guns and bullets and bombs. They knew what they were doing. And if you want to see the image, I'm showing it right now on the Koikimedia YouTube channel. But we are running 2 YouTube channels. Let's move swiftly because of the time. The vast majority of those who were transported in the transatlantic slave trade were from Central and the West Africa. Which one they say West Africa? Is called Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Gambia. some of us don't even know any of this anymore because, you know, they've used all these, you know, I don't even know what to say. Let's just move swiftly. The vast majority were from Central and West Africa who had been sold by West African slave trade mainly to Portuguese, British, Spanish, Dutch, and the French slave trade, while others had been captured directly by the slave trade in the coastal raid. European slave trade gathered and imprisoned the enslaved at the fort on the African coast and then brought them to America, except for the Portuguese. European slave traders generally did not participate in the raid because of life expectancy for the Europeans in the sub-Saharan Africa was less than 1 year during the period of the slave trade, which was prior to the widespread availability of quinine as the treatment of malaria. They've been talking about malaria since that time. Many of you today, mosquito. We cannot eradicate malaria because rather than eradicate it, you know what? The one we own Microsoft, Bill Gates. I'm even hearing some report. I hope it's not true. I just hope it is not true that the whole Dangote refinery is another project for something else. I just hope it is not true. I don't have the fact to read, but it's something I read somewhere that the Dangote refinery with Bill Gates is another project that they have just used crude oil, petroleum refinery as the front for us. Because we know that in a factory, let me say this, in a factory, only 5-3 people will know that there's something operating in that factory and nobody will vet it and check it. I'm talking about laboratory or there. Hey, Koiki, shut up. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do they stop talking like that? Really? I just hope that they have not opened one laboratory to be doing something that can create. I don't trust Bill Gates. Neither do I trust Dangote. I'll leave that. So I'm going to move swiftly because of the time. But there's a place they call the point of no return. At the appropriate time when I have the opportunity to return back home, I'm not going to come home anytime soon, okay? Until there's bass boost, I will visit that place. They call it the point of no return. When you get to that point, is no return. You become a slave. How many of us remember which of our parents were taken as a slave? I'm talking about our great-great-grandfathers. Go and look at your own record now. Somebody must have been moved from your own generation. They say, I am a proud Nigerian all day. I love Nigeria so much that I can die for Nigeria. Really. You die for Nigeria. How many Okparaji died for Nigeria? How many people remember him anymore? Rashidi Yekini. Remember Rashidi Yekini? Rashidi Yekini, the one who scored that goal. How many of us remember? Like died for Nigeria. Tolu Lokparotile, the newest entrant, 24 years old, first helicopter combat pilot in the history of the Navy, or whatever they call it. They told us that a car just reversed, killer, and then because they wanted to greet her. So she Omafimoto reversed the Kinyoni. Crazy country with crazy set of people. I love Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria. I will die as a Nigerian. If you die, nobody recognizes you anyway. How many people have died that they've used your body to fertilize the farm? Bomb bastard. And those that are fighting, instead of us to come together in one front. I don't trust the Igbos, but let us work together to get out of Nigeria and we can go and deal with ourselves. No, Koiki, don't work with those Biafra. Just leave us. We are intelligent Yoruba people. Intelligent Yoruba people, they don't kill our Oba. That's why the Igbos, they laugh at us. Go on social media. Peter Obi will never be the president. So all those Labour Party, they are wasting their energy. Every Igbo should go and line with Biafra. Every Yoruba line with self-determination. It might not be perfect, but it is a way to exit. No, Koiki, you have forgotten history. The history of what happened when Ojukwu wants to bring war to Yoruba land. Are we still in that era? The era we are now is that we are seeing face to face. We they see them, they carry gun. Fulani ni won, Moripe Fulani ni won. And sometimes people will ask them, how do you know they are Fulani? And they say they are Fulanis. How do you know? Are you sure they're not Igbo? No, they're Fulanis. The Yoruba people, they confirm and say they're Fulanis with AK-47. But that one is the byway. Let's go back to India for the last half an hour of the program. We know that India was partitioned. Why did they partition them? It's because there was not going to be peace between what Britain created as the problem. My system is overworking. I need to take down some of these stuff so we can have room to work with. If you're one of let's talk about Ibori briefly. Ibori was the governor of the oil-producing Delta State from 1999 to 2007. Was extradited from Dubai to Britain because he had a British passport. He thought he could run away. In 2011, he pleaded guilty in 2012 to 10 counts of fraud and money laundering, and he received 13-year jail sentence, which he served half. According to the London judge, confiscated $130 million of Ibori's money. Ibori is still trying to get the money back. Can you imagine? He's getting lawyers to fight it so that they can get the money back. According to Reuters, look at his face. London judge ordered the confiscation of $130 million from the Nigerians. These are the ones where we go use ball to break their head. But you can see Ibori is still already in Asura. We saw him as soon as Bola Tinubu became the president. Because Ibori would have been a very powerful man should Yaradua not die. Bomb bastard. These are the politicians that... Do you know that while I was buying some of my computer produce in Dorset, Ibori was living there with his girlfriend and wives and concubines and so many of them. They were moving money. Me, I was struggling then to buy computer product from somewhere in Dorset with my customers then. He was there as a Nigerian. They have houses that they locked all over the place. Sheyi Tinubu's house is somewhere in St. John's Wood. I went there, Yoruba people, they say to me, I don't like good things. Go and ask Sheyi Tinubu to tell his father to fix Nigeria so that you can have a better life. On bastards. And it's surely. Let's go back again to India. That is where we are at the moment. So India independent is what we're talking about. How did they gain their own independence? As we continue to look into the roadmap, I don't want us to carry and kill each other. I want us to go our separate ways amicably. But we are dealing with devils that have sucked the blood. And I have one video that I'm going to play to end this program from one man. I don't have to believe him in terms of whether the looks or anything, but what he said is the message I want to take. I posted it on my Instagram and on my Facebook, Twitter, known as X, yesterday, and I'm sure some of you have seen it. So let's quickly go back again to the Indian independence. Shout out to my beautiful mother. I spent a quality time with her yesterday. She produced some nice spons. I sat down, we talked. I called Igbowo. They say hello to each other. You know, it's a privilege, you know, for me to have access to Igbowo. You know, my mom greeted him. She said hello. Igbowo sent his greeting to everybody. He's having a great time. He's in Germany with his family. We love him. We appreciate him. Then I came back home, you know, as usual. Mokia Wi-Fi Mileke. Mokia me comfort Ologunja and the rest of you that continue to support Koikimedia. The Indian independent movement. We are in a movement. Movement will contain everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. We will also negotiate. Say, hey, don't negotiate with Tinubu. Is that because the Igbo are telling us we should hate Tinubu? No, we cannot hate Tinubu not to negotiate. That is their own problem. If they don't want to negotiate with Tinubu, we will negotiate with him. That was, hey, but Igbo, Koiki. Those are the Igbo people. Koiki, did you see Igbo say hello to Tinubu? If we like, we say good afternoon to Tinubu. He's a Yoruba man, but we don't trust him. It's called diplomacy. Even Trump went to that. You know, there's a place between between North Korea and South Korea. Trump went there, crossed the line, said hello to that devil young man. We carry nuclear head. If America attempt anything, he will just press the button. The whole world go, okay. I'm talking about Kim Jong-un. That guy, and the papa, we don't die. And I love him so much. When you have nuclear warhead, people will be scared of you. That's why they're scared of Pakistan. Pakistan has the nuclear warhead. Russia get Boku. If you have not seen the interview, the exclusive interview between Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin. Go and listen to it, and you'll learn a lot. We're almost there. The Indian independent movement was a series of historical events with the ultimate aim. Our ultimate aim is ending the British rule in Yoruba land through proxy of our governors and the politicians that are telling us, go and vote. Do you know that Katrina baby, she's now in Somalia. I just realized that they posted that to Somalia. Go and get your PVC. You know Nigeria, you can use your PVC to chase them out. Yoruba people, they've used the PVC to bring Tinubu in. Some Yoruba and some Igbo, they colluded. They want to bring Peter Obi in. Peter Obi, the British agent. That one go to deceive now. Wear one black top. He has big business. He moved his money. I got the message through, the report from International Journalism something. Part of his money was in Pandora, moving the one way good, taking money, put them inside safe haven. And he wear one black outfit as if somebody die every day. I say, hey, this is our Peter Obi is not your president. Tinubu is the president, okay? All these people where they waste their time on social media. Hey, which for president? Tinubu is the president, idiot. And Tinubu will rig it again if we give him another chance in 2027. But remember, El Rufai is Boda Didikon. Oba of Ijebu has given El Rufai, so they are preparing El Rufai to become the president or that former Senate president. I saw him with Tinubu. They're taking picture at the military defense, whatever they were doing. But something happened in 1947. The first nationalist revolution movement for Indian independence emerged from Bengal, just as we emerged with Babakitoye. Hey, but Koiki, the way nothing will be perfect until you hit the road, because we are in a movement. Everything goes. There will be bomb, there will be gun, there will be talk, there will be this, there will be that, there will be even propaganda. Idiot. Say Britain will tell me, say there be with George Bush and Tony Blair, took us to Iraq war, destroyed the whole place, still gold, kill Saddam Hussein. Abi Saddam Hussein, they don't wait. Later, Tony Blair said, I'm sorry, we thought that the information was right. Which information is right? But you have already destroyed the livelihood of people. And we thought the intelligence that was coming to us. A day will come that the end of Nigeria will become official. Right now, it is not yet official. We are all still in a movement, but it's going to happen. And it will happen in our lifetime. It does not matter how long it will take. We have already started it. We are the new breed of Yoruba nationalists that are ready to make sure that we liberate ourselves from the shackles of what they've kept us in. Hey, but we can't be talking every day. That's why I say go and prepare for war, idiots. We can't be talking definitely. We must hit the road back. We must be on the street. Hey, but if we be on the street, they will kill us. I say if they kill us, we will take the gun and we will do what is needed to be done back to them. Because they are idiots. Because you don't use gun to chase people that are protesting for their right. But we know in Africa, go and see what is happening in Senegal. You don't know. There's something happening in Senegal right now. The Lori Buruku president has moved the election for another 6 months. That's why I said, we will take it down so that everybody will not enjoy it. But for now, we are still enjoying it together. The one we get money and the one we not get money. We're almost there. Let's talk more a little bit about the Indian independence. It was a partition in 1947. This is coming from the UK Parliament website. So let's read a little bit. Koiki, we don't like violence now. Yoruba people are Omoluabi. Don't make it look like the Igbo people Loshi. Violence has been used in the world and they continue to use it. Over 30,000 people have been killed by Israel in Palestine. That is violent. Regardless of your take on it. It's violent. And they'll tell you we are defending ourselves. And what makes me laugh is that they will say, hey, we are creating passage for people. Which passage? You are choking them, you are killing them every day, and you're saying they are creating passage. Children, we are seeing it. Dead bodies all over the place. But we are all living in denial. I would like what it thought. So let's read what the UK British Parliament is talking about the independence of what is known as India and Pakistan today. The Raj and independence of 1914 to 1947. 1914 was when they were creating Nigeria. Massacre and non-violence. Indian nationalist feeling intensified in the years after the World War I, stipulated first by Amritsar massacre, when on the 13th of April 1919, British troops fired into the crowd in an enclosed park in the city of Amritsar. Did you hear that? They fired one yìnbọn, wọ́n fi ìbọn wọ́n fi lé àwọn èèyàn. Ìwọ wá ń sọ fún mi pé ní fi ìbọn náà fi lé wọn lọ tó bá dé stage kan. So how? So you're going to be throwing, you are throwing stone with the people that are using gun. How is it going to work? That is in 1919. I've watched the movie. British, they open gun. Massacre. And the Indian people say, okay, we know what we're going to do. We will go and retreat. So when some of you say, Koiki, am I teaching? The question is, no problem. When we are all ready, we will all push out, including those of you that wants to keep one Nigeria. One Nigeria, your ass. It continued with a non-violent protest, which is what we have been doing. Igboho was doing a non-violent protest. Babakitoye was giving us order for non-violent protest. We went to Ojota last year. They killed a young Yoruba man because he's asking for his right. We retreated. The call came in that everybody should retreat again. Let's go back. Since January, we have not gone again. We're coming out to act again. It continued with a non-violent protest campaign against the British rule by Mohandas K. Gandhi. Gandhi's statues, I took a picture of it last week, Wednesday, and other leaders of Indian National Congress. The British Parliament answered to this growing nationalism, conceding self-government bit by bit, usually came too little and too late. Government of Indian Act. The Government of Indian Act of December 1919 set up an extremely complicated system of power sharing between British officials and a limited number of elected Indians in both the central and province legislative council, which is exactly what they are doing in Nigeria. Some people will say, hey, but Koiki, what the full independent? No, you don't have the full independent. Idiot. They are still controlling Nigeria from UK. They are controlling Nigeria from outside. Don't you hear what? Don't you hear when people are talking like this? Don't expect my friend Shewan Kimbaloyi to tell you this. Don't expect even my good brother, Rufai. I love him so much. Some idiot Yoruba people hate him because they think he's supporting Peter Obi. But if you're waiting for Abati, that one with his head like coconut, where we go use something break sometime soon, telling us we're secessionists. And I think the other one, Dooney, or the other, I love that girl, the one we did on that Rise TV. As I'm about to end the program this morning, I will still come back on the Indian. I don't want this program to go more than 3 hours, and I'm already 2 hours, 42 minutes. Let me remind every single one of us, we started with Kemi Badenoch traveling to Nigeria for a trade investment with UK and Nigeria. Our interest is not for Nigeria. Our interest is for UK. She's going with Ellen Graham. We talked about a lot of areas in that. But the focus point of the broadcast this morning is that there is still room for a roadmap to the dissolution of Nigeria. A powerful roadmap where we can deliberate. Benny, Ruben, Agbati, Agbaya. He has chopped money now from Jonathan. All these people, go and look at OLAKUNLE. OLAKUNLE has started doing a program on Chinese television. You will even not remember that he was part of Osibajo, young, vibrant, Yoruba, whatever he was working for Osibajo at the time. Let us wake up, Nigerians. I understand your feelings. This chord where you think say you get with Nigeria. Let me state it. There's no chord with us with Nigeria. So we're going to listen to these that came from a man that, hey, look at the Vice President Shetima. Hey. There's always a next time. We are proud of you guys. There will never be a next time, Olushi. Hey, we are proud of, who is proud of them? I'm happy that you lost the game. I just saw that now, but that's not where I want to go. Let's listen to this before I go. It's about 4 minutes. I'm going to let it roll through. Some of you must have heard about it. I want to go and do listen to the man.
Èmi ni arúgbó ọkùnrin náà, èyí tó bá lórí gbogbo ọba ayé pátápátá porogodo ní àsìkò tí mo padà sáàárín yìí fún iṣẹ́ Olódùmarè.
So my Biafra brothers, I will do the explanation when he finishes because he's speaking in Yoruba.
Tí a ń padà wá lé àsìkò yìí fún ìtúsílẹ̀ ọmọ ènìyàn. Nigeria ò lè dá o. Àkàrẹ̀ làwọn. Àwọn ènìyàn gbàgbọ́ nínú ẹ̀ gan-an, Ahmed. Àwọn ènìyàn wọn so need believe and faith in you. And they believe that your time.
I think he spoke in some English.
Will speak well and will do well for this
so let's
nation.
listen to it.
But I speak this to you free of charge. It is not your fault. Mi ò wá láti wá play wọn fónkóhun. Àbírò fa Benny Harry Akafu. Mi ò wá láti wá play wọn o. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa ọmọ yìí. Mi ò lè wá láti wá bá ẹ jà.
Oh, what happened there? Sorry, I didn't realize that. What happened? Why did it go? Sorry about that, guys.
Ọba Ewúlọ́mí lórúkọ mi. Èmi ni ọba àwọn ọba. Èyí tó ń ṣẹrú sí lábẹ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè. Èmi ni arúgbó ọkùnrin náà. Èyí tó bá lórí gbogbo ọba ayé pátápátá porogodo ní àsìkò tí mo padà sáàárín yìí fún iṣẹ́ Olódùmarè. Èmi ni arúgbó náà. Tí ìwọ àti gbogbo ènìyàn tẹ́tí gbọ́ nípa rẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti kà nípa rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú. Tí a ń padà wá lé àsìkò yìí fún ìtúsílẹ̀ ọmọ ènìyàn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Nàìjíríà ò Nàìjíríà ò lè dá o. Àtàrẹ làwọn àwọn ènìyàn gbàgbọ́ nú ẹ̀ gan Ahmed. Àwọn ènìyàn wọn so ní believe and faith in you, and they believe that your time will speak well and will do well for this nation. But I speak this to you free of charge. It is not your fault. Mi ò wá láti wá blame wọn fún ohunkóhun. Àbírò fa Benili Hariakafu. Mi ò wá láti wá blame wọn o. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa ọmọ yìí. Mi ò lè wá láti wá bá ẹ jà. Mo wá láti wá ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ni. Mo bá gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mi yé dáadáa. Mo gbàgbọ́ yé ọ̀rọ̀ mi. Mo wá láti wá ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ni. Gbọ́ mi, ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ ní àsìkò yìí tí mò ń bá ẹ sọ yìí, àwọn ìjọba òkùnkùn tí wọ́n ń darí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan yìí o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn òkùnkùn tí wọ́n ń darí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ fún ẹ yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n wò ní sọ jáde. Torí nínú kí nǹkan máa bàjẹ́, kí òkú máa sùn, kí ìdààmú máa ṣẹlẹ̀, ibẹ̀ làwọn ti ń sọlá. But enough. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìdí tí Nàìjíríà ò ṣe lè dá rèé o. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a bá pilẹ̀ lórí irọ́ kì yóò dúró. Tinubu, Nigeria was founded on falsehood. It was founded on lies. Irọ́ òun ni wọ́n fi ṣe ìpìlẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
Okay. Nigerians
But the problem of Nigeria is not the constitution.
Okay.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn ṣe sọ.
Okay.
The problem of Nigeria is the foundation.
Okay. By Britain.
Ìpìlẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yóò dára.
Okay. I told them.
Ikú ni wọ́n fi ṣe ìpìlẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí, ìdààmú ni wọ́n fi ṣe ìpìlẹ̀ rẹ̀.
Okay.
Irọ́ ni wọ́n fi pìlẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
Okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ọ̀pọ̀ òkú ló sùn, ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló lọ sí.
So much blood.
Àwọn ìlú oríṣiríṣi tí wọ́n wà láyé wọn lórí ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀, tí wọ́n ń ṣe ọlá wọn lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ wọn, ni àwọn kan wá tagbára, tọgbọ́n tètè, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ conjoin wọn together.
Okay. For what purpose?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, against their will,
against our will.
their wish.
And some bomb bastard will tell me to keep quiet. Tell him what Baba is so.
Bí ọdún ṣe ń gorí ọdún,
Okay.
ìlú ń bàjẹ́ sí ni.
Okay.
Rice, ó ti di 1,000 naira láwọn ibì kan. Àwọn ìbò mìíràn 900. Àwọn ibi tó sì cheap 800.
Okay.
Rice.
Okay. Okay. You okay? Mo kí Prince Oyewole, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi preacher Ọládélé, mo kí mo ń bọ̀ àmì dáadáa ká tó máa parí ètò.
Ní ọdún díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn àṣírà olóko 200 naira.
Okay, careful. Okay.
And so on and so forth. Kì í ṣe bí ewu.
Okay.
Listen, you do not have control over it. There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do. Tinubu cannot do anything. I'm almost finished. Just 5 minutes. Be quiet, guys. I've almost finished. Just 3 minutes. Okay. Are you hungry? Not yet. You're hungry. 3 minutes. Okay. Blood was used to set up Nigeria, the foundation. Okay, so many people that have been killed and the innocent Nigerians that have died because they are speaking the truth. Delegiwa, one of them. Fumilayo Ransankuti, one of them. Because they are speaking the truth. Their blood are crying. Yes, it is it.
Beginning from the foundation.
The foundation, from the foundation. All those that have been killed throughout that period of the foundation of the fraudulent country you call Nigeria. Continue to love Nigeria and it will kill you. Yes.
I have known this for years.
So myself, I knew it. Bola again. You can put the names of the people that have been killed. Let's go. Thank you. Jagaban, they're talking to you. Listen.
The solution.
What is the solution, sir?
To the problem of Nigeria.
We are listening, sir.
To the troubles of Nigeria.
We are listening, Daddy.
To the many deaths.
Thank you so much, William, for the thumbs up. What is the solution, sir? Should we stay together?
Separation.
Separation. He said this is the most bitter truth. The bitter truth that many people don't want to understand. The solution. Nobody can fix Nigeria. That is the solution. Fulshaw Williams. People are now missing Buhari. They say Buhari have taken the love. The evil spiritual darkness is behind Nigeria foundation. It is beyond your brain. You cannot see it. I cannot see it. It's spiritual. Yami, Allah, Sherifat, Agbabi Akamu Klima, John Kim, I cite you. Elijah, Nibugo, Aja, Mukini. Let's leave this. You can go and watch it again on my Instagram or Twitter. Oh, my Biafra, Igbo Kwenu, I go there behind you. The only one way they ask me where Sunday go, I go fight you now. But you know, say me and you will let back. Don't worry about Sunday go. Let's worry about getting in Amdekanu house, okay? And we are not the one that lock in Amdekanu. So let me appreciate everyone. I have to go. My children are already asking me for food. Gbami Peter Oladele, not because of what you've done for me, it's because of the love for Yoruba nation. Prince Ni Oyewole Babagba woni around coin mi gidigan bukini gbogbo aja Alaja Adiat Odewale Mofiteledumare kin. I'm going to make it swiftly because my children are hungry now. I need to go and make food for them because they're already requesting for food. Ola Akinyemi, I believe I've shouted out to everyone. If you still want to support my program, share it. If you don't have money to give me, just share the program. But if you are still there, we might come back maybe later when I do the breakfast. I'm going back to sleep. I've been up since about 6 o'clock or there about 5:30. Thank you so much. My platform has been shadow banned, especially my YouTube. I don't make money from it. Many people that have used my video that I thought I said people should use the video, but it seems now that YouTube is now saying that I am the one that copied my video, and I'm not going to accept that. So some of you might probably be getting some kind of notification to take down those videos. I'm sorry. I cannot have my videos and then YouTube say I'm the one that copied it. I don't understand what that means. So in case you get that notification, just delete the video and that's all. I don't have anything against anybody, but my video, Temeshi, how can I do a video and they say I'm the one that copied it? It's because you have put it on your own platform, you have made money out of it. It's not coming back to me. I have not made money from my YouTube since April last year on Koikimedia. So thank you so much, everyone, especially my Biafra. I know we spoke a lot of Yoruba in between, but I'm sure you enjoyed the program. It's the roadmap. Let's continue to support the Biafra. Let's support the Arewa that wants to go, the Middle Belt. Even Tony Ninas, even if you don't trust him, anything that can break Nigeria. At some point, they said Simon Ekpa, the government in exile prime minister of the Biafra, was working for the Nigerian government. We don't even know where Musa is now. Make sure you follow Simon Ekpa. Especially, I know some Yorubas are very skeptical about the Igbos. Let's be skeptical, but we are fighting the same journey, and let's come out of it. So I got to go now. Let me play the anthem. My children, you can hear them now. They're downstairs, and I'm the one to look after them this morning because my wife, as you all heard, 2 hours ago, my wife is going to work. So I have the responsibility now to look after the children, and we don't joke with our children here. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. If I didn't mention your name, please don't take it personal. I love my mom so much. I love my wives, my children, and I love everybody that wants truth. You might not be satisfied with my kind of conversation. There are so many other bloggers that are doing fracas. Maybe you go and watch them. Bye for now. Bishop Adeshina, shout out to you, sir. Bye for now. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you so much. Shout out to my cousin Walaka. Let's see, Igbo. Ayami. J-Wire, thank you so much. Babami Adebanjo, shout out to you. Mr. Bandila Lee, thank you so much. Kombe Shegun, Ifeanyi, Johnson, Amos, and all the Biafrans that joined us this morning. Thank you so much, everyone. And as you know, the next one is just to close the broadcast, and that is about it. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day. OLAYOMI KOIKI is my name, and everybody call me Koikimedia, bringing the word closer to your doorstep. Godabo. Bye for now. You don't see the. You don't see the one. I'm not really confused. The love is just too much. The love is too much. Bye for now, John King. Thank you so much, our Twitter space. Bye for now. Bye for now.